Welcome to Talltale Tavern, the monthly one-shot adventure TTRPG podcast. I'm your tavern master and host, Kyle. Joining me at the bar this month is Natalie Burstyn, here to justify their dice collection. Welcome, Natalie.
Hi.
We have Will Ramos here. Everyone wrote their own intros for this, and I said you could write whatever you want. So Will Ramos, who knows Kyle Davidson, once committed arson in the year 2008 in an ongoing police investigation that left several injured and hundreds of thousands of dollars in property damage. Welcome, Will, to the podcast tonight.
Thank you, Kyle. You can't hide forever from the law, my friend. And I think your time is coming. And the fact that you've put yourself out here in this podcast, while a very cool idea, it is only creating a bigger trail of evidence to lead back to you.
Great. Thank you for those kind words. We have Dylan Olney here, creative director, founder, and writer for Critical Crafting, a third-party 5e company with over 1,000 pages on Patreon. And he is an author working on his 8th 5e book. Dylan has worked as creative director, writer, and editor for dozens of 5e content production and 3D printing companies. And of course, he's a forever DM, except right now. Welcome,
finally,
Dylan.
Thank God.
Congratulations, Dylan.
Excited to have you on tonight. We have kind of a few different things of content featuring Critical Crafting original content tonight. So that'll be fun.
I'm excited. I get to actually play one of the characters that we made, which is, I never get to play anything.
It's great. And then we have Scott, my secret crush that I've always been afraid to admit it until this moment. He's a podcast producer and perpetual procrastinator, and I think I'll think of something else later. Scott Esmond. So welcome, Scott.
Perfect. Thank you, Kyle. You nailed it. You nailed what I wrote.
This is our second adventure for the podcast, and I'm very excited for what is to come. So without further ado, unless anyone else has anything to say, let's go ahead and begin. So, in the heart of the Sword Coast of Faerun, in the small town of Daggerford, along a busy downtown street squeezed between the shops of a tailor and a florist, like an old dusty book forgotten amidst the others on the shelf, rests the Talltale Tavern. A place of truth and of lies. Grab a drink of any size and listen to the wisdom of the wise in this place where the ink never dries. This is where we find ourselves tonight, sitting around a worn wooden table with the smell of books and brandy in the air. The front door opens like the turning of a page, and in walks a short, very plump, bald eagle. The eagle takes a hop inside, turns and closes the door with his wing. He struts up to the bar, and with his beak grabs the leg of a high-top chair and turns it around so the back is facing the bar and slides it up and flies up to it and perches. The bartender, with a ponderous look on his face, steps up and says, "Can I get you anything?" "Yeah, I'll have a beer. Actually, you got anything from Waterdeep back there?" "Perfect. An Icewind Dale Ale. I'll take one of those in a bowl." "Yeah, just pour it in a bowl for me." The bartender serves him his drink, and the eagle dips his beak in and tips his head up and swallows. He turns to the rest of the bar and says, "Yeah, ever make an acquaintance with a hunter who got tired of hunting animals, so he started hunting us sentient types? I wouldn't recommend it. Let me tell you about one of these psychos, and a group of imbeciles who thought they had a chance to turn the predator into prey." And thus begins Zoonopia. Intro music.
Are we the imbeciles?
The sun, for the four of you, starts to shine through your closed eyelids. The pleasant dream you were having, of fishing in the watering hole, of hopping from tree to tree in the jungle, of kicking back by the fire in your hut in the swamp, and of swimming carefree in the open ocean, begins to fade. You start to feel a throbbing headache, like a bad hangover. What happened last night? Where am I? You think to yourself. You blink awake as your mind slowly trudges through the dense bog of grogginess. You lift your head off the stone that is damp with dew, and your eyes adjust to a golden sunrise. You look around and see an unfamiliar landscape. You're on a large, circular platform near the edge, about 80 feet in diameter of this platform is. In the middle of the platform stands a tall statue of a minotaur dressed in safari gear, holding a large, glistening, two-handed metal net in one hand, and his other arm outstretched straight in front of him, holding a strange metal box that doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the statue. You look around and see each other, not recognizing either each of you. You're standing at separate edges of the circle. In the center stands a fair-skinned, buff human in khaki-colored safari clothing, which includes a short-sleeved shirt buttoned at the top, revealing white chest hair, and a large green amulet necklace around his neck. His shirt is tucked into khaki shorts, he has tall leather boots on, and a short-brimmed pith hat. Beside him stands a 10-foot suit of armor construct with a green gem laid in its breastplate that mirrors the necklace around the man. The man's bushy, orange mustache curls up into a smile as he sees you awaken. Aww, they always look so cute when they're first waking up, don't they, Ivan? The construct slowly nods its head. Good morning, creatures. Boy, we have an interesting group this time. For instance, I'm not sure we've ever had a frog before. What are you exactly? And he walks over to Scott's character. Scott, please describe your character.
Hello, good sir. My name is Toad. I believe there's some sort of mistake that has taken place. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure how I got here.
Toad is he's a small size character. He's like 2.5 feet tall. He's a gray frog known as a grung, which is basically a poisonous tree frog type, but with teeth, is his vibe. And he's also a paladin. He's super cool, super chill.
I was wondering what a frog's voice was going to sound like, and I'm not disappointed.
Sorry, I appear to be having some trouble speaking. A frog in my throat.
Good. We'll get to why you're here in a second. And he walks over towards Will's character's direction. Oh, and boy, isn't this a strange sight? Someone raided the catnip, did they? Or perhaps the entire pantry? Will, would you introduce your character, please?
Yeah. I don't know how a cat would sound, but hello, sir. My name is Cat the Big, and I don't know how I got here either. I was just hanging out with my good pal Toad over there, who maybe I actually am not supposed to know.
Oh, you can know him. That's fine.
Oh, yes, I was hanging out with...
Your eyes blink in the sunlight, and you recognize, Toad.
Oh, Cat, I didn't see you there, which is exceedingly difficult to do.
Hey, Toad. Yeah, remember we were just hanging out by the river, and next thing I know, which I don't know much, I don't know where I am now.
What does your character look like? Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Continue.
So, to go into meta here, Cat the Big. I'm just a very large cat. I love fishing more than just about anything. Have no desire for anything else in life. A peaceful life. Except if you hurt my friends, because I am a barbarian and I will rage. And I am indeed inspired by Big the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog.
So you're how big and heavy are you? For the people?
Man, I have the actual stats.
You do.
Somewhere.
In description, on your description.
6'6", 500 pounds, or 500 pounds.
500 pound cat.
Pounds.
Indeed. Which is as
we
close
have a big
in D&D
chungus
terms.
among us.
Yeah. Exactly. That's as close in D&D allows for the actual weight of Big the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog. I think he was 800.
He was,
So,
he was, I think. But
You
you
get
can't
into the
be
large
medium
category.
size and be bigger than that.
And be
Yeah.
800 pounds.
Slightly scary.
Precisely.
So good. This man in safari gear walks over to Natalie's character. Oh, and this one. Okay. I've killed plenty of you before. Tell me, does your tail come off if I step on it? Natalie, please describe your character.
Oh no, not this tail. You might get singed if you try. Who is? Wait a second. How did I get here as well? And you see a lizard folk looking sort of like a large gecko with frills along her head and along her upper arms, carrying wooden staff and a lot of bone and teeth around her neck. Hi. I'm Lizzie.
You look for your wooden staff and you realize you actually don't have it right now. You actually don't have your wooden staff and shield on you right now.
Oh no.
He trods over towards Dylan's character and says, and finally, he pauses. What the hell? And Dylan, as your character looks up at the man, you realize you've been laying in a puddle, and the puddle is pretty much absorbed into the ground at this point. And,
thank God.
You have you are kind of struggling at this point, so please describe your character.
So, gasping for water, I just gobble. Has anyone seen my bucket? Gods!
Good lord, you can't even breathe? Well, this'll be easier than I'd hoped, Ivan. Should I just let him die? I mean, it's pathetic. I suppose the whole point of this is to give me a challenge. And he takes out a fancy-looking canteen from his pocket and begins to pour water on your character, just dumping on your character. What does your character look like?
So I look like a wall-eyed little fish man. So if you took like a halfling, applied like a fish person template to it, and then made its eyes go like this, like a Shih Tzu that's been inbred way too long, that's
like
essentially
opposite outside directions.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
100%. That's Glubble, and he's just like as the like water's pouring onto.
A lot of water's
his
coming out of this canteen, more than you think should fit in the canteen. It seems, you realize, okay, this is kind of a magical canteen going on, and it like forms more of that puddle beneath you. So you do have some water underneath, and he takes it and stoppers it and puts it back in his pocket.
Like, Glubble would immediately just like shove his entire like front part into the puddle and begin like breathing deeply. Okay. He does have the diver feat, so he can hold his breath for twice the normal amount of time, which would be 4 total minutes for him. Okay. But if he goes 4 minutes without water, he will begin to suffocate and die.
Okay.
Let's get the speech going.
Well, I guess that leaves only one person to introduce, myself. I am but a humble hunter. I've hunted the owlbears of the Icewind Dale, the giant scorpions of the Anarok Desert, the displacer beasts of the Direwood. I've hunted nearly everything on the face of Faerun, and now I am bored. Bored of hunting the lowly animals of this world. I find no pleasure in killing that which cannot think, or at least converse with me. And so I've turned to hunting the savages of this world that can at least form a thought. You with your furry ears, your disgusting slimy skin. The very sight of you disgusts me. But without further elaboration, my name is Claiborne Khan, the great hunter of Samarak, and I have brought you here to hunt you. And so welcome to the Esteteron Zoo. This island was at one time owned by the famous animal catcher Esteteron Swifthide. Unfortunate that he was a cow. I do think we would have shared a mutual respect had he had the proper intellect. After he handed the deed over to me through his cold, dead, dirty hooves, I left it alone for many years till it was forgotten, And now I challenge myself by hunting some more challenging but lowly enemies. The rules here are simple. You have 24 hours to prepare yourselves. You'll find the zoo as many offerings if you're clever or strong or both. You see this goat up here? And he points to the outstretched arm of the statue of Esteteron, which, as you now see, has a metal cage with a goat inside that's kind of dangling from it. At 8 a.m. tomorrow, this cage will release, and the goat will fall 30 feet to the ground and its legs will break. The wailing of its cry will signal the start of the game, in which I will find you, and I will kill you, one by one. Here is a bag filled with some of your personal effects, and he points to a large bag that's kind of like resting against the statue. Any questions?
Yeah, did you say you're gonna hunt us? H-U-N-T?
Oh yes. It'll be a game of sorts. Yes.
How did you get us here?
Well, you know, there's methods. There's quite a lot of preparation in bringing you here. You likely have little memory of your last moments before you were here, but the way in which you arrived here is inconsequential.
I don't normally have much memory of anything, so that makes sense.
My good sir, I think you've made some sort of mistake. We are not creatures to be hunted or lowly. I myself am a fine paladin. We help people. Me and Copter Big at least. I can't say much about this lizard who I have not met before, or this strange fish creature who doesn't, for some reason, can't breathe in the air and water.
I've caught a lot of fish before. I think that guy has some complaints.
Claiborne kneels down and he looks at you, Grung, and he says, "You, sir, are a frog."
I am a grung. A grung is not a frog.
And he looks at you and just, "You disgust me. And I will find you tomorrow, starting at 8 a.m., and I will murder you. And I will hunt you. Excuse me, murder would imply that you are worth something. You and your friends, or your friend here and these other two, are worth nothing. Nothing to society, nothing to this world. And you are here for sport, and for my sport. And you're not the first to have come." And he stands up, and he begins to walk away, and he pulls out from his left breast pocket, he pulls out a whistle, and he blows into the whistle, and it's like a high-pitched, noise, and you start to hear this flapping of massive wings, and a huge bird, hawk-like in appearance, with large red feathered tail, a red face, and blue plumage on its body, flies onto the platform and lands. You look at it, it's got a big saddle on it, and it appears to be a young bird, but very weathered, with multiple scars on various parts of its body. There's parts where feathers no longer grow. It wears a saddle and has a very wearied look in its eyes. And he turns to the group and says, "See you all bright and early." And he gets on the saddle, and this giant bird flaps away, and the iron construct suit of armor that's also on the saddle turns to if you're on kind of a circular platform, he looks to the 8 o'clock direction and just kind of walks away, following after the bird that's flying away with Claiborne Khan on top of it.
Well, Toad, how do you think we're gonna get out of this one?
I don't know. I think this poor misguided man has chosen a terrible path for his life. But I think before we can convince him to drop this vile practice, we must first help this lizard girl and this fish man. My good sir,
okay.
we cannot understand you under the water, sir.
I'm a Gupper. Gupper, my name is global. Okay.
Global.
Global.
Glibble?
And I need global. I need to find some water right now.
The puddle. Back in the puddle. Back in the puddle.
You know, I always keep some bags, and I'm sure there's water somewhere. I have some fishing gear on me. It's probably over there in my pile of stuff. Let me go see if I have anything.
You just
we can
hear
put you
like
in, Global.
angry bubbling.
Yeah, I would maybe not mention the fishing. God.
Sorry.
So you open the bag and there is things that are for you guys, 3 things each. And so what are the 3 things that you guys have pull out for each of you? Go ahead. If you want to go out and go through and say what you got.
Well, yes, I'll start. I got my glaive, I got my fishing pole of angling, and I have fishing tackle gear, which I'm not entirely sure is in there, but hoping there's something I can put. You know what? I'm not gonna put you in my bag then. You can just drown.
Yes, my crusty rapier. I will not be making use of it, hopefully.
I slide that away. I also have
my chain shirt, but I don't see my gloves. That is unfortunate. And perfect. They've left me my jar of bugs. This will come in handy.
Good. Natalie, what do you pull out of the bag?
Lizzie pulls out a small wooden buckler and a staff, which has plants hanging off the top. And what else does she have? She gets a 3rd item. What if she pulled out a bucket of water? What the heck?
I think you look in there and you see. I think there is already a bucket in the bag. Is there a bucket in the bag, Dylan?
I have a bucket of water in my bag.
oh, perfect.
Yes. So yeah, it's all the stuff is like in the giant bag. So
It's a
Dylan,
communal sack. Yes.
yeah, it's a big sack that Claiborne basically took your stuff and put in there.
Oh yes,
but, yeah.
hand that bucket to Glabo.
Oh, wait. Is that what you're asking for?
So I would just dunk my head immediately into the bucket of water.
Okay.
Just begin like, oh, people, go fishing up with us. This is wonderful.
Perfect.
Can I search through the bucket for the sack for whatever else might be in there?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay. So I have a kite that's shaped like a small bird with a worm attached to it for reverse fishing. And then I have a conch ocarina, which I never pronounce right, but I'm calling it an ocarina.
That's right.
So,
Hey,
is that right?
Ocarina.
Hey! Yeah, I thought about Macarena, then I was like, eh.
No.
So yes, Glubble would have a kite with a worm for reverse fishing, a bucket of water for hopefully breathing, I'm not sure for how long, and a conch ocarina.
Good. Great. So you guys get your stuff and kind of divvy up the items that you have amongst each other and take a look around the area a little bit more in the distance past this platform. You see there's a large platform. There are, if we're looking at a clock face, past the platform there's a bit of a constructed ditch, like a constructed like 5-foot drop and some bridges that you can get over this circle. And then past that, there are multiple areas of this zoo. You look to like the 11 o'clock region and there is a big sign that says Ice World and lots of, Ice World. And lots of like big, tall pieces of ice that are like steaming, kind of like magically there in this, it's kind of warm out, but the big kind of glacier looking entrance to this area. You have next to it at like noon, there's a big sign that says the aviary and a big metal caged dome area past that. To the right, you see the desert, and it's got just sand kind of billowing out of it. You see lots of cactuses.
I think we'll pass on the desert.
Where
And
is the water world?
and then at like 4 o'clock ish, further to the right is the forest, and you just see this like massive trees, overgrownness. You look around, this whole area looks, it looks like at one point maybe it was a nice zoo, but it is very much overgrown in lots of different areas, lots of moss. You look at this like ditch area, and you see that you kind of make sense of seeing there's 4 bridges, one at like 12, 6, 3, and 9 that cross over it, and you look and see that it was probably meant to be some sort of like river feature in this central area of the zoo, and there is like a part of the river that goes off close to the Arctic area and goes up into like a waterfall structure that's dry. And so Glubble, you'll probably be looking around into the pits, and you can see it's like, you can tell it's kind of, it looks a little bit cloudy in the air. There's been some storms recently, and you do see some like puddles around, but there's not like a ton of open water. This area where there once was a river that surrounded this platform is dry, essentially.
Okay, but there is an Arctic area with ice.
Yes.
Okay, so Glubble will be, I'm heading that way. I can thaw some of that out. And just begins
My
like,
dear sir, hold on. We must assess our environment first before we run off. We cannot leave this innocent creature to fall and break its legs in 24 hours.
Assess yourself. I can only breathe for 4 minutes.
You have your bucket. You're
You have your
fine.
bucket.
I understand a desire for water. I too must submerge as an amphibian, but I think we can help this creature first.
I want to go to the water too. I gotta do some fishing if this is gonna be my last day alive.
Again, Kat, I beg you, do not mention the fish.
You're not related to like stuff that swims in the river, right?
You just see it like, he doesn't stare at you because his eyes are like wall-eyed, but if he could stare at you, they would be.
My wisdom is 6 and my intelligence is 9, dude. You can make all the hints you want. I'm not gonna pick them up.
He's not picking up anything.
Sir, we'll get you water. We'll get you water. Just hold on 1 second.
How high up is the goat?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably
You look up at him
cast
and
my rod up there.
Well, we could probably climb the statue, right? It's hanging. It's hanging on the statue. Is that what it is? It's in a cage, hanging on.
Yeah. It's like there's an outstretched arm, and it's kind of like hanging from that hand of this giant statue.
How is it locked?
You could
could
roll
we-
for investigation if you could see it from there.
Well,
If anyone's gonna have those skills,
I can do that, but it shouldn't be me to do that.
Wait, so it's just a goat in a net
In
a cage.
like a cage, like a metal
and
cage.
then like a cage. Okay, Glubble would just be, we're helping dinner.
Well, we maybe we could keep it for food if it came to that horrible fate. But I don't think we should leave it to suffer for nothing at the hands
it's
of this
gonna-
monster.
If what starts the hunt is it yelling, then let's just make it never yell.
Agreed.
Seems good to me.
Sounds like that would work.
I did roll for investigation and it was 11, which isn't great,
That's not
but I did roll for it.
Okay. Yeah, you can't really tell how it's locked from down there. If it has a locking mechanism.
I'm going to just leap 25 feet up to the up as high I
You
can
have
on the statue.
25 feet. That's awesome.
Hold on, let me make
wait,
sure
can
it
I-
is that. full
We've been
amount.
friends for years. We have moves like this. I can throw you.
My friend, I do not have the proper attire on. My poisonous skin. Remember, Kat, I'm poisonous. He forgets everything.
I do remember that maybe you told me that once.
Because you're like essentially a poison frog.
Hundreds of times I have told you this. You fool.
So yeah, if you want to jump up, go ahead and do an acrobatics.
Okay, I can do 15 feet straight up into the air. So
okay,
yeah, I would like to.
Do you have a climbing speed as well?
Yeah, I can just climb like freely as well as a frog. But I just wanted it to look cool that I did 15 feet.
Roll for acrobatics. Do a cool leap.
Okay.
Do a cool leap.
I do a little stretch. I got a 23 on that roll.
Nice. Good.
Leap up and then just stick to the statue and start climbing up like I'm Spider-Man, but I'm a frog man.
Great. So you climb up to it, climb to the cage with the kind of above the cage because it's hanging below. And go ahead and roll for investigation.
A 15.
A 15, nice. There's a fairly obvious mechanism to this. There is a what appears to be like a target that's been placed on top of the outstretched hand, and then the mechanism that connects to the bottom of the gate. That if the target was hit, you could tell that the chain would break off and and activate the bottom of the cage to open.
Perhaps Cat, you could stand under the cage and catch the goat, and I could hit the target while I'm up here.
Okie dokie.
Is that doable?
Yeah, yes, you could try that. So,
does that sound agreeable to the group?
How far away is so? The whole idea is that this thing is going to cry out, right? And that's what starts the hunt.
When its legs break and it screams, yes, is what he said.
So if I miss catching it and its legs break.
but the whole idea is that it has the ability to scream, right? Like that's what causes this to happen?
Yes, seemingly. That's what he said.
So I say, I can paralyze it!
Well, that might make it easier for Cat to catch. If it can't wiggle.
I'm pretty quick.
So if everyone's okay with it, I'll cast Dreamer's Nightmare, which will potentially paralyze this goat.
Okay,
that's a lot different than how you described. I can paralyze
it. You're like, I cast Dreamer's Nightmare.
Does it need to sleep first?
Give this goat hideous visions.
So it does not need to sleep. It has disadvantage if it's nighttime, but I'm assuming it's daytime. So I'm going to go ahead and cast Dreamer's Nightmare on it as long as it's within 60 feet of me. And then, let's see, where's my DC? Yeah, I don't know where that is on this guy. I haven't played a character in so long. Let's see, it's going to be proficiency, which level 5 or what? A 2 or a 5? Or sorry, 2 or a 3 for proficiency.
Oh, for level 5. Do you guys have?
Yeah.
2?
I have 3.
I have
3. Okay, 3. Then
okay.
Proficiency 3.
So a 5 for proficiency, and then it's plus. It's 8 for characters, right? I do too many critters. So for DC.
I love
DC. So your spellcasting should be charisma, right? And then you would just add, your proficiency bonus? I think
8 plus your. Stat
so
plus your proficiency, so 13 would be your thing.
Okay, so same as a critter. So 8 plus 2 plus
3.
3?
So
right?
13.
Yeah, so 13.
You said 5, so
13.
8 plus 5, 13.
Okay.
Sorry, no,
And does it have to do a saving throw?
Yes, so it would get wisdom saving throw.
Okay, wisdom. Is this a wise goat? It rolled an 11.
Hey, that's a pretty wise goat still, I feel like.
Yeah,
that is pretty good. So
That's
it
higher
is
than my wisdom.
paralyzed with fear for concentration up to 1 minute.
Oh, good. With fear.
As
its
if it
eyes
wasn't
go
already.
wide. And it's like dreaming, right? Like...
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's just it beholds a terrible nightmare, even worse than what situation it's already in.
Do you sense what that nightmare is? Can you tell what that nightmare is?
Can I tell?
Yeah.
I think
Like
I
as a
pick what it
caster?
is. It's drowning.
Okay.
Your dream is its nightmare. Is it? Oh, when you cast it, you're a bard, right?
Yep.
Okay,
So I'm playing on my little ocarina.
I'm like,
An oddly dissonant note for simply paralyzing a creature.
Do, do, do.
The goat
so now
stiffens.
can I hit the target from where I'm at with just my rapier?
Yes, you can. So
Okay.
yeah, you it
Do you need
Very
me to make
easy
an
to
attack
advise.
roll?
go ahead, just make an attack roll quick. But
am I
that
gonna
goat like stiffens with fear and like
Yeah.
kind of falls to the edge of the gate crate.
Are
know,
you
those
ready
goats
to
that,
catch
like,
it?
freeze.
I'm standing under the cage. I'm ready.
All right, I got an
That makes
18 to
sound
hit this
paralyzed.
target.
Okay, yes, you hit it. The trap unlocks, the goat falls, and Kat, you make a let's do an athletics check on this falling goat to try and catch it.
22.
A 22, perfect. Yes, the goat, which is like paralyzed. It looks like a bad physics like thing, you know, from a video game. It like falls and like,
It's like T-posing.
yeah. And how do you catch it with that such a great roll?
I'm not, you know, I'm just living my thing. I just catch it like a normal goat. I give it some pets afterwards, though.
Okay,
I
good.
love animals.
Just a
I
regular
love
goat
fish,
catch.
too. I just,
Except fish,
catch 'em.
apparently.
Perfect.
He does a
Yes,
lot of
you-
catch and release. It's fine. He
Yeah.
does
Cool.
And eating.
To catch
And you
and
pet the
release.
goat, and the goat is like just standing there, still paralyzed because it hasn't been a minute yet. So
I'm gonna keep petting the goat until it calms down.
Kill the
Great.
I don't
goat.
want it to
Kill
start
the goat.
screaming.
It's paralyzed. Kill the goat.
great. It stops. Go ahead and roll animal handling. I just want to see what happens with this goat. See if you've calmed it appropriately from its
Someone
paralyzing fear, dropping from the thing.
kill-
This is a high DC. It's a very high DC to calm
Someone-
this goat.
Kill that
Do
goat.
do not harm the innocent goat.
I got 18. I don't know if you saw.
18.
That is
Okay, great. Yeah. So it doesn't immediately freak out, but it is still like just a little bit uneasy and kind of backs away from you a bit and looks around and like walks away. So good.
All right.
Success! We've saved the day, my friends.
And ourselves.
Goats.
And yourselves, yeah. Game over. You guys win.
Now, I feel it is our duty to get Lizzie and Garbo out of this. He called it a zoo, I believe. There must be a way out before they realize the goat is gone and begin to hunt us.
Never been to a zoo before, but I'd rather leave than stay and have to get hunted.
So
We
as you look
should-
around, oh, go ahead. What?
We should grab the goat and keep it with us.
Don't worry,
If they
my friend.
find it-
I have a jar of bugs for us to snack on. We will be fine for it.
No, if they find the goat, they will come for us. If we keep the goat, it might delay them.
They might assume
a
it's
good-
a different goat that's wandered in.
I like goats. I'm down to take it with us. I'm gonna
Why not
like
have a
start.
goat buddy?
All
I'm
right.
gonna start
Can anyone
beckoning.
try and beckon or train
Yeah,
the
I'm
goat?
gonna beckon the goat.
You can see.
I don't have anything to do, but I'm
You'll
just
have to
gonna
do
beckon it.
another animal
It'd be animal
handling
handling,
roll
yeah.
to see if it's going to follow you. And it's still, I mean, you
That
calmed it
one's a
down a
9.
little bit, but a 9, yeah. Unfortunately, the goat stares at you, does not understand what you're doing with the beckoning. It's just
I think
looking
he'd still
at you.
be passed
so.
out. He's still just laying there limp for a minute because he's paralyzed.
Oh yeah, he calmed him down for a
Blubble.
minute, and then it walked
Lovell,
away. so.
play it a nice song on your ocarina.
Oh, it was not a nice song. It was
play
a
a nice
bad
one, and then
I don't
maybe
have-
it'll
I
still
don't-
want to
Bad
follow
dream.
you.
I don't have those. I got not nice songs.
Oh, you only play Norwegian black metal.
That's right.
So, just as you kind of look around, you mentioned looking for like a way to exit. You see, like at 6 o'clock of this platform, you look back and you see that there's like the entrance of the zoo. It looks very decrepit. Like it looks like a area that may have been a gift shop, an entrance. Even past it, because it's fairly open, you do see like an old pier, but you see tumultuous water past that. And then in the direction where the the giant bird flew, where Claiborne flew and the iron construct walked, you do see like a path that leads to a more of a flat area, but at an incline away from the island, kind of on a separate plateau almost of the island. And you do see in the far distance a like manor of sorts in that area. And you would assume that's, more where Claiborne resides when he is here. So those are the couple areas that are in addition to the other areas in the zoo.
It's at this point that Toad realizes he's missing his jar of teeth, which is very important to him. So he's...
Hold on. Before we... Is anyone else missing anything of sentimental value? I've just realized I cannot leave this zoo until I acquire my teeth.
Are you missing your teeth, buddy?
I'm missing my teeth. You are correct.
Your teeth?
I'm happy, though, to help you, Glabo, and Lizzie, and Tot exit this vile place before I go to retrieve my lost items.
Did you have your teeth yesterday when we were at the river?
Yes, I always have my teeth, Tot. You know this.
I do remember you telling me about your teeth a couple times.
Lizzie looks down and looks down at her necklaces of bones and teeth. Is like, nope, these are mine. My sentimental items. Please do not take my teeth.
I would
None
never.
of these? No. Okay.
Do not worry. Are those also teeth of those who have felled in battle?
No, they're just teeth that I found because they look nice. Do you take the teeth of people you kill?
It is an unfortunate reminder of the cost of combat that I must carry this burden with myself at all times.
One of those teeth used to be mine, though. Toad helped me as a dentist once.
That one did not go in my jaw. I explained that to you. It was not one of the teeth that I took.
Oh.
Good.
I'm just
Posing the question, I guess. We're all trying to escape, correct?
I think so.
Glubble
Yeah.
kind of like raises his head up out of like the water bucket. Yes!
Well, then I suggest we avoid that manor where I presume our hunter is, and instead perhaps head the opposite direction or one of these other directions to escape.
Any direction sounds good to me. Anywhere. Yeah, away from that manor.
Let's just start walking as far away from the manor as we can.
So Glubble would like lift his head up out of the water bucket and is. I believe he said he would not start hunting us until the goat screamed.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes, correct.
Until the goat screams, we have an advantage on this man. He would not expect for us to come after him, until the scream of the goat.
I cannot sanction violence against this man.
It's such
Although
pacifist.
his way is lost, perhaps if we are able to speak to him, we can convince him in the error of his ways. I will only turn to violence as a last resort, or to defend those who need it, which is why I would prefer to escort you all out of the zoo before I go to retrieve my teeth.
How do you feel about arson?
Mixed, not great, but mixed. If there's no people in the building, I think I could allow it.
Noted. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
I'm just trying to throw out I assume that Glabo probably wants to get your suit back, right?
It's
if I
global,
have
right?
one-
Yeah.
Glabo, yeah.
Do I have a suit? Like, I wasn't sure if I have one or not, or
You
if I
do
only
not
have the items
you do
that
not
I
have. You do not have your suit.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, but
like,
does
did I
the-
previously own one, or am I just
You have previously used the suit before, yes.
So did Clay?
okay?
yes,
So like
you
waking
can
up,
Feel it?
someone took my suit. Is that the general?
I was thinking that you did not have
okay.
a
Okay,
suit.
just don't have one in general.
That
Okay.
you don't have one in general.
My
But,
bad.
yeah.
I
But
thought
you
that
have
they just had
your
one there.
race has used a suit before,
Okay.
right?
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah. So, I mean, Glubbo would, essentially, there's two options available to him. One is use the curses and magic of the dreamer to absolutely wreck the person that's trying to pursue them while he sleeps or otherwise is engaged in revelry. And the other one is run for the sea as quickly as possible and abandon everyone else. So...
Well,
I
at first
think-
one thing, Global, you're looking down in your bucket, and it does provide
It's getting
water,
a little- right.
But you do need to, kind of refill it, and the mucky water from the pond, like area around, is not so great. I don't know if Global really cares about that, but you are, I don't have a set amount of time for the bucket, but it is something that you'll want to refill periodically, and you're looking and seeing, okay, I'm probably going to need some fresher water.
Not doing
here
so
soon.
great. Okay,
Yeah.
so Glubble is gonna want to head towards the nearest shoreline water source or whatever. Like, I don't care if we're killing somebody or if we're giving them a party or whatever we're doing. Glubble wants the nearest water source.
Can I
so
make
that's what he's gonna be.
a perception check just to see that if I recognize that Glubbo's bucket is like, emptying, I guess?
It's not just. I guess it is empty.
Or that, like, if I would think like they need it, so I would suggest maybe we head toward the ice, like he said before. Get moving, just so we can at least break off the ice.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll for
Ice!
All right.
perception. It's a low. I'm just a 13. Yeah, I was gonna say a 10 DC on that.
All right.
So pretty easy. Yeah.
All right, I think for the sake of getting moving and for the sake of our friend's depleting oxygen source, we should head toward the ice area, which is, I think, to the north or something.
Yeah, it's like the northwest. So
Sounds
I've
good.
always wanted to
Okay.
go ice fishing.
I don't mind melting some ice for you.
So as you continue forward, you see you go through this ice area and you enter into this just colder area of the zoo. There's snow on the ground. There's the ground is hard, more firm. You continue forward and you see a great arch made of steaming ice. The path you're currently on goes beneath it. At the top of the arch, in a wooden sign, reads "Tolka, the Queen of the Sea of Moving Ice." You pass under the archway, and you see some tall glacier spires in like a curved pattern facing away from you, what looks like maybe the outer rim of an auditorium. There are a few like penguins waddling about in this area, so you are kind of seeing sources of other wildlife that's around, and just see some small penguins waddling around. And so that's kind of what you see. To your right, you see some an area of like some small igloos. To your right, kind of in a separate area. There are various exhibits around that you've noticed, but a lot of them are just decrepit and there's nothing of interest as part of them.
What are these strange birds? They cannot fly.
All right, so we're in the ice area. Tolka, the Queen of Sea of Moving. How's this bucket looking? Should we break off a piece of ice and melt it or
I
something?
was like, is there water along the ice, or is it just solid ice?
You had passed by the when you walked in, you passed the like empty river in the main area that went up to a big like glacier structure that you could tell was like a source of the water, like a waterfall, but it's not active. And in this like kind of big glacier looking piece that kind of looks like it was painted. Like as you look at it, it's not necessarily like a glacier.
It's not real water.
So
it's not like a real like structure. It's not the cool looking steaming ice. It's like kind of a painted form of piece of the zoo.
Okay, I shouldn't do it, but I want to roll a insight check on the Queen of the Ice or whatever it said. I just want to know what that's about.
Okay, yeah, sure.
But I'll do it anyway.
Yeah, so
And
just
it's
like to see if
-1.
You're intrigued.
I
Like, what is
forgot how to
this?
read, actually.
You're intrigued at this, and so yeah, you kind of are there. Do you want to? You would kind of have a couple options. You could like move forward. You could investigate the area with the like igloos, or kind of go forward, see what's going on with this.
Yeah, I want to
Ice
go
Queen
into
Tolka.
a igloo well. Glubble looks to be having a little trouble there.
Oh, Dylan, are you there? The
Melted
internet.
himself.
Now we all
Oh,
just.
he says internet.
The time ran out in his bucket.
All right, we're back. And yes, so Glubble, you mentioned you wanted to do an investigation of the sign of Tolka as well.
Yes,
correct?
just to kind of see what's. And that's terrible. That's like a 7. So
A
that's
7,
no,
great.
it's not good.
My friends, what are you looking at? Let me see if I could take a gander.
Ooh, a 16. Ooh.
16. So really, you're still not getting much from the sign. Like, this isn't a well-known, like, necessarily creature. You've never really. The zoo is pretty far removed from wherever you guys are at, and like, it's not. This has been out of commission for a long enough time that there's not. This isn't something that you would have heard of before.
I get bored and start heading toward the igloos. Want to go in one.
Okay. So you head towards the igloos, and you see that you kind of walk into an area that seems like kind of more for kids. Like, this is the kids area of the zoo where kids can like go into a small igloo and like and play around in this little ice village. You do see a penguin enclosure, which is kind of like a nice area. There is some water in this area that there's like kind of two separate enclosed areas, a glass bottom underneath so that there's water underneath, and you can kind of look in, and there's a few penguins in there.
Wait, but the glass separates the water from the rest of the environment.
Sorry, there's like that it's broken, and so it's open. So basically, there's like a 5-foot wall.
Okay.
That
Gotcha.
encloses the area, or we'd say.
I was
5
about to start
foot,
punching
so.
glass. So
I'm gonna tell Glubble that there's water there, and then I'm gonna try to go inside one of the igloos, but I'm not sure I can based on my size.
Yes.
If
So.
this is a children's
Glubble
igloo.
would just let out like this horrid gasp and sprint towards the water source.
Good. I need Kot to make a dexterity check because he is going into the igloo and realizes he's kind of stuck too far in and trying to get out, and he might be stuck.
That is a 21,
The
baby.
21. So you feel stuck,
There you go.
and you suck in your fat and just like
sucking my gut.
like slide back out of the igloo. But that's it to this area. It doesn't look. There's not a whole lot of interesting area to see.
Oh,
there's some like cave area in the penguin enclosure that look like it would provide some shelter possibly. But
There wasn't anything in the igloo. That was the point.
There's
Oh
no
yeah.
delicious
So sorry. No,
penguins.
you look into the igloo, and just by looking inside, you see like a couple small chairs. You know, like a couple like wooden chairs in there that are child size, and that's it. So.
All right, I see our friend has water. I suggest we press on down this path.
Good.
See what we may find. Perhaps there's a gate we can escape from.
So you go forward and you enter into this exhibit, and the first thing that strikes you is the size of the space in front of you. You stand at the top of a large auditorium where the stone bleachers fold downward in front of you. At the bottom, there sits a massive body of water that stretches outward and filled with shimmering blue water that goes on for about like 100 feet. In the blue water, you see platforms of ice steaming gently in the heat of the sun, and enclosing the lake is a thick wall of clear glass, about 10 feet high and 5 feet in thickness. The water is still, and in the distance, sitting on one of the flat ice platforms, you see a brilliant shield reflecting the sun.
A shield? I say that might come in handy. And plenty of water to,
I'm gonna head toward the water. I need to soak myself anyway.
Toad, what if I threw you over the wall so that you could get to the lake?
My good friend Kat, again, you must not touch me. I feel I must explain this to you 40 times a day. Also, by the looks of that wall, I could simply leap over it.
And there are some like stairs up onto the wall, actually, on the side of the auditorium. So it looks like almost like what we would recognize as like a SeaWorld type thing, where like an instructor could get up onto a wall, essentially. There's a few of those scattered about. They're about 10 feet-ish apart, and so quite a few of those different stairs that lead on top of the glass wall. As you get down closer, you try to look through the glass wall a little bit. It's pretty kind of murky, like it's been smudged. You can't really see too much through the glass into the water.
So the shield is sitting on a
floating
in the middle of the water, or is it in the water itself?
It is on a floating ice platform at the like back of this pool.
So we'd have to climb up to get onto the platforms and then get to the shield.
Yep, and there's multiple platforms that you can see that are in the water, and so presumably if you were able to like leap and jump from one to another, you could do that.
Well, is there a way that I can climb up and get on the first platform?
Yeah, so the first platform you can see is a rather big one, and it connects to the wall, and so it's like 20 feet long. It's kind of a peninsula type shape, and so you're able to
do what I do best. I'm gonna sit on the platform. I'm gonna throw my fishing rod. I'm gonna see if there's any fish in this enclosed pool, since we can't see through the glass.
Okay, what's animal handling roll? I suppose it would be apt.
3.
A 3.
So wait, we're trying to get up this.
Yeah, we can just climb
precipice.
up it. It's not hard to get up.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I have bubble sphere. I can make a bubble, and we can all float up
There's stairs
together.
He said there were stairs, didn't he?
Or we could use also stairs. There is also stairs.
Yep. So there's like stairs that lead up to the top of this.
So we're all.
That
and
could
once you're
also
on,
be a thing.
I'm gonna go up to that top platform too. I don't know. I know Cox up there.
Yeah. Glumble will take his bucket of water and as much ice as he can carry to later dissolve into water and wander up the steps as well.
Like that you're taking ice when we're going to to like a big thing of water. I'm surprised you're not just jumping in, honestly.
I want it later to melt.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, Lizzie just follows behind. Yeah.
Come, my friend.
So on there, how far is it to the next platform?
about 10 feet.
Okay.
Right, you could jump that.
I definitely can jump that, but I would also like to kind of dip my hands into the water and sort of
I just think
splash
there's
myself.
something in there.
I need to attempt to submerge myself once a day, or I'll be exhausted anyway. I also need water, so
Exhaust.
I'm feeling a little tired, so I don't know if we're gonna see water again. So before I do anything, I'm gonna like set down my rapier, set down my jar of bugs, and I'm just gonna try to hang on to the lip of the platform, but submerge myself all the way down for a second.
You sure you don't want to grab
pop back
some
up.
ice for later, just in case?
So you submerge your head under the water?
That's my plan, is just to submerge myself.
Okay, you submerge your head into the water and you open your eyes and you see a black mass kind of moving off in the distance under the water.
I'll go ahead and lift my head up.
I think there's a creature in this water.
Is it a fish?
I could not tell. If it is a fish, it is a fish even you would consider too large to eat, I fear.
Darn it.
I don't know. Quite the catch.
I suggest we do not submerge ourselves further into the water. I believe I can leap to get us that shield. If we can all wait a moment.
Shield would be good. I'll just cast my rod a couple more times while you go get it.
I would maybe recommend you don't cast your rod in there. If you could wait, Cot, just a moment.
All right.
Right, so I guess I'm going to try to leap the 10 feet to the next closest platform.
So you leap the 10 feet and you land on the platform and realize, oh, this is an icy platform, and you begin to slip a little bit. I need you to make a dexterity check, and it's pretty wet ice, and you're slipping pretty good. So this is do an
saving throw?
acrobatics. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
so,
saving throw is fine. 19?
Wait, acrobatics would have been better. Yeah, okay, 19.
Okay. 19, you slip, but you land. You're fine. You're good.
Not worry, friends. I've got this.
There is a much larger platform 10 feet in front of you, and then you can see there's the platform with the shield on it is 10 feet from that.
Okay, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's try to make another jump, I guess.
Okay.
Acrobatics or saving throw, just because you gave me both options.
Do an acrobatics check.
That's better.
Can I play on my little ocarina and give him bardic inspiration?
Yes,
For
yeah,
that?
you can. Cool.
All right, so you would add 1d8.
D8. What
that's
kind of
nice.
bardic inspiration this man rocking? I like that.
It says you gain inspiration die 1d8 for 10 minutes. The creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome.
Makes sense.
And I can do that twice per long rest.
Heckin'
So
He's
yeah.
playing Cotton Eye Joe on that ocarina. It's pumping you up.
You know this song as well. This is my Grung family would play this all the time around the slave pit.
That's so
Hold on.
Unfortunately,
what? Cotton-eyed toad.
That was good.
the Grung people unfortunately have a dark history, my friends. I assure you, I am not like the others.
But I still
would
like
just
this
keep
song
playing.
a lot. It's still nostalgic, you know. All right, so I'm gonna
He'd be tapping his feet, just going like crazy over there.
all right, I think I'm gonna nail this with a 23.
Yes, you do. You even slide a little bit, like let it. You let yourself slide.
I do like
and,
the risky business. Dun, 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 slide into
Yes,
frame.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so you're on a large platform. This one's like 15 by 15, and then you have an additional platform to get to with the shield. So that's
I got one
10.
more.
I'm good. I
gonna
didn't
just
even
keep-
use the D8. I don't need it yet. So.
Didn't you use it?
No.
All right, so never mind. All right.
Hold on to that, baby.
I'll just continue playing then.
Yeah, you're just jamming over there.
But faster.
All right, let's try to make another jump. What do we got? I'm gonna just quickly use this bardic inspiration and make it a 14.
A 14. Oh man.
I've got it.
Boy, you land on it and you thought you were a little bit overconfident. You slip and you slip off the side. Your foot like kind of splashes into the water a little bit, and you kind of climb back on this platform, which
Gleam
is
from
only
the shield was in
10
my
by
eyes.
5.
That was the problem.
it's a 10 by 5 platform, and you kind of like underneath underneath the platform, you feel the water like move, unnaturally. There's a shift.
That's some bad juju, bro.
I try to, as stealthily as I can, pull my foot back out of the water, I suppose, and crawl toward the shield.
Okay. You can, so you do that. I had essentially said that you had already gotten your foot out at that point.
Okay, sorry.
Like it splashed and like climbed up on it as part of the dex thing. So you get to the shield, you pick it up. It looks it looks great. Looks really reinforced. It looks like it would be great against flying artillery, essentially. So
How big is it? I guess.
you'd be able to carry it if that's
Okay.
your question.
All right.
I guess
That's
it's not
fine.
like it's a
I'll just strap
fairly
it onto my
larger,
back, I guess.
larger than usual type shield. It's not like small like a buckler or anything. It's a good size. So
Okay, well, strap it to my back and
Mission accomplished.
this was easy. And I guess I'll try to leap back. Oh, what were you gonna?
Oh, but you gotta get back over here. I don't think it's easy.
Child's play for a grung like me. Do not worry.
and so you're gonna leap back to that big platform.
I guess so. Yeah, makes the most sense to me. Go back the way we came.
Little dexterity check.
Let's do it. I'm gonna nail every one of these. That's 18.
18. You land confidently on the platform, and you're standing there looking forward. And this is like a 15 foot by 15 foot large platform, and all of a sudden, you feel that wave underneath the water. The platform moves slightly, and then on the other side of the platform, cresting out of the water, is this giant head of an orca that pops up and kind of roars in the air and lands onto the platform like 10 feet away from you, and is sitting there kind of thrashing its head. Oh no! And as you kind of feel like, okay, you're 10 feet away from it. This is okay.
Yeah.
It starts to sprout arms from its side. These big, beefy, wolf-like arms. And it grasps the ice and pulls itself on top of the ice. And directly
My
in front
friend,
of you.
I bear you no ill will.
And everybody roll for initiative.
I immediately start. Yeah, I'm gonna start running up
Somewhere
towards
around.
you. I'm
You
gonna
got
jump.
roll for initiative.
Where's initiative at?
Next to your skill checks, next to your armor class.
Ooh, I got a whopping
above,
10,
right above
baby.
the word actions
10.
on your sheet.
Let's
Got
go.
that 20, 22, 20.
I mean, I got a 10.
Got a 16.
I guess there's water right there, so I'm probably going to be dumping my head into that.
Okay, it rolled very well on initiative. And
Of course it did.
Tolka looks at you and struts forward, and with its giant head that is still an orca head, clamps down with its bite attack on Toad for a 12 to hit.
That will not hit.
It
Actually,
misses, and then takes one of its claws and swings for a 19 to hit.
a 19 to hit will hit.
Whale hit?
It hits
will
you
hit me.
for 12 points of slashing damage.
Oh, wow. Just to verify, does that mean that it
Shit
came
balls.
into direct contact with my skin?
Yes,
If
it did.
Well, then it needs to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned for 1 minute.
Okay, 7. It rolled a 7.
All right. Well,
So
then
it is
now
poisoned.
Poisoned.
Very.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means it has disadvantage, I think. On
Yes. It doesn't actually tell me what the poison effect is.
if you hover
in
over
5e.
poisoned in there on the D&D Beyond, sometimes it pops up.
I know, but it doesn't.
I'll look it
say
up
right now. You look
Next
it up.
is Lizzie.
You said 12 points, right?
Yep,
Okay.
it slashes and hits your
Gotcha.
skin.
So, how far are we away on the main platform from Orca and...
So you guys are actually a pretty good distance away still. I'm gonna, So you are Lizzie, if you were on the wall, were you on the platform that like Kot was on? I think you
just
all
the
were.
main platform.
So
yeah.
you guys are gonna be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet away from the, from Tolka. And there's water in between. There are platforms you could jump to. You could also, you also have the option of swimming, which would be half of your movement speed unless you have a
Right.
speed.
If I wanted to jump over to like the middle platform, that would be my movement.
You'd have to move. You'd have to jump. There's the platform that they're on is one away from them. So there's a platform that's 10 feet away from you that you could jump to.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And I quickly have to look up how jumping works in 5e. I forget.
It's a 10-foot running start, and then you can jump a number of feet for a long jump equal to your strength modifier, and I think it's half that distance for a high jump with a running start.
Okay, so you probably can't jump 10 feet then, can you?
No, I only have a strength of 1. So
Unless you're Grung, and then you can just go
Okay.
pew.
So you can
guys
see
all
that.
have 25 feet of horizontal leap.
That's crazy.
heck no.
Surprisingly.
So let's see, what can I do at 35 feet?
So yeah, you would know that your jumping couldn't do it. You could swim and make it a decent amount, but
Yeah, let's try. Oh, I don't want to swim unless it's that good. Yeah, let's try. Yeah, actually, let's try swimming over to the next platform and see what happens.
okay. Yeah, so you can. Well, how far is your swim speed then? Because you don't have swim speed, so it'd be half of your movement, I think.
I think
Yeah,
that's
15.
15. So yeah, you can get on to the next platform, and you could make it 5 feet in the water past that if you wanted. But
Okay. And get up onto the platform.
no, you could just be waiting in the water,
Oh.
or
Okay.
just stay in the platform probably.
Yeah, I think you could probably climb onto that platform, or you could try to swim past it so you're just closer to the next platform on your next turn, I guess, is what he's saying.
You'd be in the water, which
yeah.
Oh. I'd like to get up onto this platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
No worries.
So you make it to that platform. Would you like to do anything else with your action, with your turn?
Can I make an attack at that speed? No.
You are now 5, 10, 15 feet away from it. You could also dash and go an additional 10 feet to get to the platform,
No.
but
I'm a castin, so
yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna do a standard. I'm just gonna snap my fingers and throw a produce flame. Just a quick toss a little ball of fire at this orca.
Ooh.
That's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right, so just a simple do 11 fire damage.
Nice. So, and that's what is that, a flame ball or something?
It's just kind of a I don't want to say it's a large fireball, but it's a small little almost lighter-esque tiny little flame that I throw out, and I just toss it in their direction.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Takes 11 points of damage. Kat, the big, your turn.
All right. I saw that thing hit my friend, so I'm with speed inhuman to my size. I am sprinting toward him with everything that I have in my whole soul.
So you
Sounds
can
like a dash action.
swim, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, dash.
My entire soul.
So your movement speed
So-
is normally 30, so you can go twice that,
30
right? So you can
feet.
go 60 feet.
So where does that leave me?
That leaves you 30 feet through the water, which would be, which is right on the platform with Tulka. So you're
I'm there with him?
Yep, you're right behind him. He's currently faced towards Toad.
All right, and then the first thing I have to ask Tawad if he's hurt.
A slight flash wound, my friend.
And then upon seeing that he's hurt, I immediately go into Barbarian Rage,
Gotcha.
which I don't know if that allows me another action or like it is the action of going into
That's
it.
the
but-
bonus action.
Yeah, but you
so
took the dash to get here, so that
Yep.
would have been
Right.
both actions.
So yeah, I get to him, I see that he's hurt. He is hurt, I'm raging.
Okay. Good. Toad.
Well, I'm very
And then it'll be
appreciative of-
Budimir.
of my friend.
Glubbo? Glubble. Yep.
I'm very happy that my friend has come to help me. So I am going to pull out my jar of bugs. Oh wait, I left it on the other side of the thing. I need a cricket to cast sleep. Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh wait, I think I have sleep.
You've got sleep as well? I've got sleep apnea. For right now, then, we will do... Ooh, okay. I'm going to point at the whale creature, and I'm gonna command it. I'm going to cast command onto this creature.
Nice.
Yes, and
Ooh, that's ascending it.
I'm gonna tell it swim to try to make it get back in the water to leave us alone. Yes. So yeah, that is he has to make a where the hell is it? A wisdom saving throw. There
Wisdom.
Yeah, 14 is the DC.
Ooh, he rolled a dirty 20.
All right. Well, crap. I'm gonna try to.
It roars in your face.
Without
No,
leaving its
nothing.
area, then I want to, like, if I can, sidle around it to get closer to Kant, I guess would be what
Takes up essentially the entire platform, so you're not going to be able to get around it right
see.
now.
Well,
So
what the
it's
hell can I
huge.
do then?
Huge whale.
Other than fail that one action. That's it, folks. That's it for my turn.
So they're on opposite sides of the orca right now?
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
Kant was behind
Yeah.
it, and I'm in front of it, so
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Glubble.
So, looking in my bucket, is there any sand at the bottom of my bucket full of water?
There's a
or
little bit
not?
of dirt that's kind of, sand and
Well,
dirt that's kind of coagulated
would
at the
you-
bottom because you got some
would-
pond water in there.
Would you define it as a pinch of sand?
Oh yeah, there's
Or would
there's
it-
a pinch in there. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the question. So I could, using my subclass, cast the sleep spell, but I don't know how far away from this thing I am, and I don't know how far my companions are from this thing, which I might end up just putting my buddies to sleep instead of
Okay, you should go for it. I
monst-
think.
the monster.
I think you should go
question.
for it.
I think you should go for it.
We're not that big
I think you
buddies
should go
yet.
for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this thing is, but if I have the pinch of sand, I would have a 90-foot range, and then my subclass ability says I'm able to cast a sleep spell one spell level higher than my highest level spell slot without the use of a spell slot. And once I use it, I can only use it once until I finish
Take
a
a
long
long
rest.
rest. Okay.
So sleep spell cast at the 4th level. So that's 48 on top of 5d8. So it'd be
It's an
9d8.
it's an additional 2d8 on top of
Per
first. So if you're
level.
casting it at fourth, that's 68, right?
2d8 for each slot level above first.
Yeah.
So
Fourth level would
yes.
mean that's 3 levels
Yes.
above, so 6. I'm
Yep,
just
yep,
trying to
yep,
get
yep.
us
Nope,
best
you got
chance
it.
of putting this fish to sleep as possible. That is
You cast
attacking
fourth
me.
level spells?
And us
my
to
gosh.
sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just try that if it's within range.
It definitely has to be within 90 feet. Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay. See, it's rolling. Stop it. 58
Is how much health it can put to sleep.
is how much hit points it can put to sleep.
Okay, and it
And
has
that-
to be more than half of its hit points to affect it, I think. So sorry, it's a 90-foot range.
90-foot range.
But a
And how big is
20-foot
this-
sphere out from the point that he chooses
it says
to cast
creatures
it.
within 20 feet of the point.
Yes.
In descending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious.
Okay, you, so you're able to do it. You're able to do it in a spot where it wouldn't affect. It's where it would affect him.
But nobody else.
Hold on. If it's a sphere, it is gonna affect Lizzie.
Curd
Just
muffins.
barely. Like it's like, yeah.
Getting very
Could I,
sweet.
okay, wait. But it is water, right? So can I move? Because I can move really far
It's
in water. and
okay.
then cast.
Sorry, I did it. If you put it one square next to where I said that it's not going to affect Lizzie from where
Okay,
you're at,
'cause
so you're
I-
good. Yeah,
'cause I-
so you can
okay.
where it's at. You can affect it
I'm-
at the pinnacle
Just
of one
the
of those
very
the
tip of
circles.
that sphere.
I am-
and then it
I am going to
misses
swim.
Toad and it misses Lizzie.
Yes.
So
Well, I'll swim.
good.
I'll swim 50 feet out because that's my normal swimming speed. So I'm going to swim 50 feet, and
Okay.
then I'll cast this. So it should be just this guy.
Do you want to 5, 10, 15, 20? So do you want to get? There's a large platform 10 feet away from it to the left. Do you want to go to
I
that platform
stay
and
in the water. I'm a water
gotcha.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to go close, in between Lizzie and Toad, or do you want to go to the opposite side of them in the water?
I will stay as close to them as I can, as long as that won't affect the spell radius.
Gotcha. So yeah, I will put you here so you don't put yourself to sleep. Assuming you can't put yourself to sleep.
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
Oh, you can.
Okay, so you'll have to be away from that spell radius then.
I don't want to be in the radius.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, you're right there. You're gonna be.
Right, I play my little ocarina, a little calming tune.
Great.
In the bubbling water.
Yep. And so it does hit, and so it does automatically hit. Does he do any save or anything for the sleep?
It doesn't say anything about a save.
It just says.
I think it just affects
for 1
it, right?
minute.
Yeah, they just go to sleep. They go sleepy time.
Okay. Yeah, and that is just the amount. It's so incredibly close to the halfway point for his health, so it's great. It just hits, and he and just rests its head down, and it is sleeping.
Will he drown?
It's
on
on the
underwater or on land.
He's a whale.
Would it drown?
If
you put a whale underwater, it drowns.
On above water.
If you put a whale underwater, because that's how they die. When they get old, they can't swim to the surface anymore.
There's no
to breathe.
need for us to kill the whale, my friend. You've put it to sleep. We can
leave. Yeah.
I suggest we get away from the whale as quickly as possible. Well done, Globbo.
Cool.
Globbo just looks
awesome.
hungry.
Is there time to get away?
Yeah, you've got a minute, and so you can absolutely really just flee the area. If you guys use your dash actions, you can get all the way out of this entire ice area and get pretty well clear of Tulka. So
that's what we should do.
Great spell. Great. that was pretty great.
I make sure on the way back though that I grab my jar of crickets and my rapier.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are walking.
Refill the bucket of water. So we go.
As you're leaving the enclosure, one of you looks back. Lizzie, you look back just to see, and you see the whale kind of wake up and step up onto the ice, and you can see it has 4 legs. It's still tail, and it looks around and snarls, and then just dives back into the water. Doesn't look like it's pursuing you at all. And we are out of initiative combat, and that was a beast from Critical Crafting. That was the Acklet.
I thought it was going to be the werewolf. All right.
You'd think.
Both terrifying.
But yeah, very, very good.
Toad, moved by that encounter and the fact that I took like 1/4 of my health in one hit from that beast, is pondering this situation that we happen to find ourselves in, and kind of stops and
My friends, I have a terrible request to ask of you. Given the nature of our predicament and the difficult situation that you saved me from, I would like to request, if I may, because I do not believe I will be able to retrieve my teeth by myself. If you would be willing to help me to not kill if possible, but incapacitate our captor so that I may retrieve what is mine and all of our belongings that we may be missing. If you will help me, friends.
Sure.
I assumed you weren't talking to me because we're already buds. I'm gonna help.
Thank you, Cot.
I look up because you're like 4 feet taller than me.
I go slowly to reach down and pat you on the back.
Oh, good. I'm not thinking about it because I'm so dazed.
Okay,
so
great.
you're gonna have to make a
So
roll.
you pat him on the back, and you have to make a Constitution save throw.
You sure do. Yeah.
25.
Global,
Oh, you're good then.
Global would kind of like nod his head and be like, "My lungs are yours," and then play a little tune on the ocarina as he like dips his head into his water bucket to replenish his strength.
I understand the love of teeth, so yes, we're gonna get those back. Back for you.
Thank you, my friend. Now, who would like this shield? I fear it is too big for me.
Does anybody need a shield?
I'm tiny. I'm small size.
Yeah, we're both small.
If you want to do like a Arcana check on it, you could.
Good idea.
If anybody wants to find some more information about it, does look kind of like an abnormal-ish shield. So.
I suggest one of you do that. One of you.
You are a spellcaster, Lizzie. Correct?
Yeah, yeah, but my spells don't come from magic items. They come from the elements. Mostly fire. Yeah. Yeah, that one. There's other elements, right? Yeah. Is shield an element? No. Okay. And I'll investigate it anyways with Arcane, even though I have a -1.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So yeah.
An 11?
11, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you can tell that it is magic. It looks reinforced, and you could tell that it essentially looks like it's just going to be better against arrows. And you'd think, hey, man, that might give me even a +2 AC against arrows. So,
Maybe. Just so real quick, does my good friend over here look like who was attacked by the Clute look like he's really screwed up?
I mean, I'm at 32 out of 44, but I can also heal myself. I believe I can lay on hands on myself.
Okay.
Yes.
And I certainly don't want to do it to one of you if I don't have to right now. So.
All right, in that case, I'm going to lay off hands.
Yeah, I start licking my palms and rubbing my wounds to use my saliva to help heal myself.
Beautiful.
There we go.
So you you're back to the main platform area. If you kind of went back that far, you're noticing, okay, it's getting like late morning now. The sun's kind of moving to the mid. You have other areas that you can explore. What would you guys like to do?
There's like a forest area. What were the other ones?
You got a forest area, the aviary, and desert.
I do not think that our fish friend will fare well in the arid desert.
But Glubble loves fishing for birds, right?
That is also true.
He has been complaining of his hunger. What say you, Lizzie?
I mean, I would fare incredibly in the desert, but I'm not gonna put my new companions in trouble. So we should explore. I don't know. Aviary sounds very intriguing.
I think
Let's go to the aviary.
aviary will be will be good. I think. It seems as though there might be more objects like this in each of these areas. So perhaps we save the desert for last until we can fashion a better breathing system for our friend than this bucket.
But I'm not smart enough to know that.
So you approach the aviary, a massive dome that looks like it was once able to contain flying creatures inside, but it's now decrepit and broken. Many of the panels that made the dome are outright bent out of shape. An entire quarter of the containment area appears to have crashed down into the area below. You approach the entrance, which is a double set of double doors. You enter into the aviary and behold a beautiful yet haunting sight. 3 stone spires, an 80-foot tall, 60-foot, and 40-foot tall spire, each with small flat platform on top. Atop the 80-foot spire, you see a large nest and a multicolored, beautiful set of bagpipes. Below the spire, you see a central scummy pond and green overgrowth that covers the floor, including some large trees that are sporadic in this massive, huge aviary. As you look around, you hear bird calls and song of all kind. A flock of toucans flies in from the large broken section of the dome and lands in a tree. Near the water, you see a large 2-legged bird the size of a horse with a beak shaped like the head of an axe, drinking water. It lifts its head, looks at you, and then drops its head back into the water and continues to drink.
I start walking towards the tower.
Okay.
Classic cop leading the charge.
But it's not for any purpose. I'm just overjoyed by the beauty and a little bit unaware of anything else of importance.
I would cast Detect Magic on myself, so I would sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me, and then I would see a faint aura or whatever, and I can learn the School of Magic if there is magic present within that area.
Okay, within 30 feet at the entrance, you don't notice any specific magic. There's an aura that's coming from the shield, from the shield itself. But that's the shield you just got. But other than that, you don't sense anything in a 30-foot radius.
Okay.
So the spires are still, kind of the back of this aviary, which is quite large. So you'll have to walk a decent distance to get to one of them. So
School of Magic for the shield. Do I pick that up with that?
Oh yeah. I believe it's gonna be like an abjuration, like a protective spell.
Okay.
Like a protective, which is abjuration. Essentially, yeah. Nothing unexpected from what you had learned from the shield, essentially.
Okay.
So
And this sucker lasts for 10 minutes, so as I go through this area, I'll just keep it running.
Just got your feelers out there.
That's right. I'm just like, what up? Where's the magic at? Show it to me.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, does it look? I guess it looks like there's nothing really that we're pointed toward other than these giant spires. So I was just going to suggest that we make our way toward the spires. Careful.
Can I befriend the axe-headed horse?
sure, you
Isn't
could
it
try.
a bird?
It's a bird. Yeah, it's a big bird with a.
Oh, axe-headed. I thought you said it was horse-like.
It is
horse
like
size.
it's like the size of a horse, but it has like
Gotcha.
a beak.
Animal handling?
What? Huh?
Animal handling?
Yeah,
throw?
go ahead and do an animal handling.
19.
19. Oh, nice. So are you beckoning this axe beak to you, or what? What's your goal here?
Yeah,
You just
I
wanted
want
to
one
pet
of
it?
us to ride it up the tower if possible. I want to
Yes.
pet it. But I don't want
Everything
to
about that is yes.
Okay.
So I guess I'm like beckoning / petting, trying to gain its trust. I don't know if it's like a hippogriff type situation where I don't look it in the eye until it looks at me. I'm just trying to befriend this bird.
It turns and looks at you and is you could tell it just really doesn't have a whole lot of interaction with Tabaxi folk or anything, and you're able to walk up and you stick your hand out and it looks kind of taken aback for a second and then kind of allows you to pet it. And so with that 19 you think that, hey, there might be a chance if somebody wanted to ride this.
Oh,
They
yes.
could possibly
Let's
do it. You
All
could
right.
possibly do another animal handling check to get on it to see if it worked with a lower DC.
I don't think I can. I'm 500
I don't
pounds.
think you can either. But
Do any of you like animals? I asked.
I've been known to appreciate an animal. I usually don't ride them though.
I study or eat.
We're not gonna eat this one yet.
Bird. Eat.
Lizzie would like to go up and try petting it as well.
okay, it's you're able to walk up and pet it with cat right there just petting
Yeah.
it, so you can
Okay.
as well do that if you would like to try and ride it. You look at it, it's a large bird. It has wings that appear to be vestigial. Like, this does not look like a bird that would be able to
Actually,
fly. It has large talons. I think just passively you wouldn't really necessarily think it would be able to climb this like flat stone spire just by using its claws. So but it is there to ride if you would like to ride it, I suppose. But
So I can't fly while we ride it, but we can ride it.
yeah, you could,
That's worth it.
you could
A
attempt to.
fine
I would have
steed.
you have to do an additional animal handling, but at least the DC is possible since you've coaxed it. You know what I mean? Like, it's at least possible at this point.
Go for it, Lizzie. I'm too big.
all right.
Let's do this.
Please.
Oh, I
be
will
calm.
give bardic inspiration on this one because it's too
great.
awesome not to.
Great.
So if you want, you can add the 1d8.
So I got a 18
Yeah.
to start.
To start.
Okay.
Do I need that D8?
He can't tell you before you roll it.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
you
you,
have
the-
to
guess.
choose.
You gotta roll
Yeah.
it or not.
I just say roll it, man. Go all
Do
in.
it.
Yeah,
Do it.
let's get that in.
Just little ocarina.
Oh, I don't want to roll 10. I don't want to roll 20 D4s. D8. Another 5. So yeah,
Great.
23.
So you shrug your shoulders and gotta hop up on the axe beak, and you're sitting there and it's looking around, and you are mounted on this axe beak now, and you understand that you would have 50 feet of movement if you wanted to use it, and
Yes,
with
that's amazing.
your time, and let's say you would control it essentially, or you can. There's mounted combat if we get there. We can go through
my.
the rules of that too. But you are on top of this axe beak, so great job.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Are,
All
are
the way
there
up
any
here.
Are there any other large rideable birds in the area?
Right now, as you roll perception.
21.
21. You look to your right, and you do see another axe beak, like that's been behind a tree, to your right, and it's just kind of chewing on some grass.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to pet that one too.
Just all gonna be right. Okay. Animal handling.
I'm
on this
petting
one.
all these birds.
Let's go.
I cannot ride
Oh,
one of these.
That one's a 6.
A 6.
That one's a 6.
Okay, so you get close to the axe beak, and you stick your hand out, and it's a 21 to hit for a beak attack. Does that hit?
How?
That's going to
how
beat
do I
your
check
AC
that?
for sure. 21 is going to beat it. You're going to get it.
It should.
How do I check that?
So
It's
you
your
reach out-
AC, your armor class next to your initiative.
14.
Yeah, and so it you get close to it, and its axe beak slams its head into you for 4 points of damage. And it is standing there. That's its turn. We're not really strictly in an initiative at this point. If you want to deal with it yourself, if we want to, anybody else wants to react to this thing getting caught.
I would love to try and use the little kite that I have with like the bird and the little worm on it to like throw it in front of the axe beak as like little prey
Okay.
and try and like deceive it into thinking that this is a smaller, more delicious bit of like yum yums
Okay.
than my friend over
Go
here.
ahead, animal handling.
Oh crap! I was hoping for deception. All right, where's my?
Oh, I
D20?
guess
Look over here.
probably animal handling. I think this is
Yeah,
this
that's
is an animal
fair.
handling thing.
That's fair.
You're not trying to deceive it. You're trying to give it some, well, sort of. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, so animal handling. I get no bonus there, so that's a 15.
15.
Yep.
And yeah, so it sees food and is distracted. It kind of goes over to it. Is this like a trap of this kite, or is it just?
No, I'm just
distracted?
dragging the kite like
Okay.
away from.
Great. It's like trying to hit it and like just walking and trying to get the food as it's
Like pecking at it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll intimidation to scare the bird away and get us back on track right now. So
I'm
This
having
is
a
on
good.
track,
I
dude.
am reverse fishing right
I got
now.
a nat
Okay.
20 on my intimidation.
What does Toad do to intimidate this bird?
I open up my mouth really big and show all of my razor sharp teeth. I'm like,
Yeah, you're a frog.
at it to try to scare. He has
You have
teeth.
teeth?
He has teeth. That
Teeth
Well, then
are
what are the
what
teeth that we're looking for?
the teeth that I'm looking for are the ones I pull out of the people's mouths that I kill to remind me of what I've
Oh,
done.
that's right.
Yes.
And one
Wait,
of
do you
mine.
put those into your mouth, or do you
No.
have your own teeth?
No, my friends. Teeth are what separates a grung from a frog, and it reminds us of our higher stature, that we are more than mere beasts like our captor perceives us.
Good.
Oh, not the sentience, it's the teeth. Okay.
But
I think I get it now.
But do you take the teeth out of the people you kill and put them in your mouth?
Only as a last resort for transportation if I don't have my jar.
So you this is like a croak that you did,
Global is
right?
just
I'm like-
Global is just like
I'm making my throat like balloon out too while I'm
Great.
doing this big
You
hiss.
croak and the bird flies away. You hear like bird flapping out of the trees. Those toucans that landed in the tree by it like fly out. Even behind you, you hear some like
That's
some bird noises as they spread out from behind you. And
Wait,
so
what happens to the bird that I'm currently sitting on? Is it
that is
it
controlled by
spooked?
you. It is spooked a little
Okay.
bit, but you are controlling it, so you're able to
Okay.
keep yourself calm.
Okay.
So
I suggest that we head toward these spires and leave these creatures alone.
good.
I'm very upset, but I agree. And start
I'm
to
sorry,
walk towards the
Cat,
tower.
but you would not have been able to ride one, and nor can I. And our fish friend doesn't seem like he'd be willing to lose his bucket.
damn birds.
Things are going great up here, though.
Lizzie, do you want to scout ahead on your horse bird?
Yeah, sure.
An oddly good idea, Cat. Very well thought.
What did I say?
Yeah, Liz is gonna trot ahead, I guess, a little bit, and try and investigate those spires.
Okay, so you so you trot up to the spire. It's big, tall. The one to the left is 80 foot. Then there's one that's shorter in the middle, and then one that's even shorter on the right, like 80, 60, 40. So you go up to the 80-foot one. Do you just like kind of look at it? Do you like go around it at all or anything? Do you just
What is? I want to just. What is the makeup of these spires? You said they're just sort of like stone.
Yeah, it's
flat
just like stone. It's
Yeah.
just like kind of a brownish stone, like something that you would see. Like just brownish gray, like kind of a spire. It looks like it was not necessarily natural to the area, but like a construct of the zoo,
Sure.
essentially.
Okay.
So
Maybe go over to the shortest one.
okay, and so so are you investigating for something specific, I guess, or what?
Let's see if there's any handholds or anything, or if it's just like completely smooth stone. Like,
Do they
any
have-
way to get purchase?
Like doorways in them? Can we go inside?
Investigation. Yeah, but so both of you rolled investigation. We'll just
Are we all
and-
here? I thought only Lizzie was there right now because they scouted ahead.
Sure, yeah. So yeah, Lizzie, go ahead
I'm
and
not here.
roll investigation.
I'm not so smart. So 13.
13, yeah, you
Small
don't see any like doors or anything. It looks like it's fairly hard surface. Like it feels like stone. It's not like cheap, like it's gonna like break or anything. But you don't notice anything specific about them. You look up at the spire, you see a large bird nest on the very tall one that's sitting there.
I guess I would like.
If
Oh, you go on.
sorry, go ahead. No,
I don't
was
have a
saying,
good
go
idea
ahead.
yet, so you please go
Well,
ahead.
I was gonna say, if it's still within the time frame, I've still got detect magic going. So if there's anything magical within 30 feet as I approach the spire, I would detect whatever that is, as long as it's been less than 10 minutes.
You're not noticing anything with your detect magic.
Okay, cool. Well, that was my idea.
Hmm.
As I like flip flop my little weird fish legs towards this thing.
I'm just gonna start climbing the shortest one.
Yeah, a little.
He's gonna start climbing it.
Okay.
Just start climbing it.
Legged. Someone lift me. Just carry me around. I'm a little halfling fish.
Wait, I could throw you.
Oh
I could
dear.
throw you up the tallest.
I retract my former statement.
All right, I want to climb. Just let's start climbing the shortest one. See
Okay.
if anything happens.
And just so that they're a decent distance away from each other. So like the medium one is like in the middle and is about 15 feet from the tall one, and then the short one's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, like 25 feet from the middle one. So you're and this is like there's that scummy pond in the middle of the aviary, so they kind of sort of circle the scummy pond in the middle.
Okay.
So you climb the spire, and I think, do you have a climbing speed? I think if you don't, it's just an extra foot.
Tabaxis have a natural climbing speed of 20 feet.
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
So good. So you're able to climb it. So you climb up to
Look
the.
at you go.
You climb the smaller spire. You get to the top, and you see some gross old bird feathers and stuff at the top. There's no nest at the top of this one, but there is a large iron key on the top of the spire.
Cool. I'm gonna grab the key. I'm gonna tell my friends I found it. I'm gonna hope that Toad's proud of me.
You found what, my
And
friend?
Found a big key.
And so you're.
Do you see something that needs the key?
Yeah.
I guess I will use a check. I mean, I'm bad at that, but what would that be? Investigation?
Yeah, investigation. Just looking around, looking for something.
0.
A 0.
A big fat 0.
Big fat goose egg.
Big fat 0.
He just, without looking at all, just
You
says,
are
nope.
looking. You're looking, and you're like trying to look, and you kind of lose your footing a bit. Do a dexterity check. Because you are like looking over the edge, and kind of your investigation's so bad you forgot that you're standing on top of a spire.
That's a 2.
So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So you fall off of this spire, and tumble off of it, and so you are 40 feet up.
That seems like some fall damage.
So 4d6,
Is that fall damage? Is
1d6 per 10 feet fallen.
so 46. I will roll that, and oh gosh, 19.
19 damage?
It couldn't have been much. It couldn't have been much worse. So you fall and just fall off of this 40-foot spire and take 19 points of damage.
Beautiful.
Just crumple at the bottom.
Hot, my friend!
Oh god! What?
I flop over. I'm just like, I'm okay. Do I still have the key?
You still have the key. Yes, you do.
Okay.
Cool.
19. That's oh man.
So what would you guys like to do next here?
How far apart were the tallest and the middle one?
About 15.
Okay.
Am I within range with the detect magic of the key to know whether or not it's magical?
I'd say you're close. Well, you're right now, unless you walked over, you would be. And so if you know that your time's running out on that detect magic, you can walk over real quick, and you sense that there's no magic with the key. It's just a big iron key.
Do we suggest maybe I just climb up the tallest tower and try to grab the bagpipes?
Why don't we climb up the medium tower
Bagpipes!
first?
But I can also climb the medium tower. Safer if I also happen to suffer a unfortunate fall like Kot.
How's Kot looking for healing? Should we heal Kot?
I know.
I was gonna limp over to the pond and try to fish in it.
Okay.
You sick?
I've done my duty. I climbed a tower. I found a key.
Yes.
I got Lizzie a horse. I just want
He just
to do
wants
some
to
fishing.
Well,
fishing.
Glavo's probably not going to heal you if you start doing fishing in front of them.
Global is not healing anyone who's fishing.
not smart
you
enough.
got me this wonderful this bird, so I might come over and give you.
Oh
a
yeah,
little
you have
healing.
you got the axe beak. Can it fly?
Yeah.
Can you try and like
No, it
spur
can't.
it
We
and
already
see if it'll
does it.
fly?
It has
Yeah.
small
we should
vestigial
establish
wings.
that. Oh right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come over and I guess even at my height, probably still have to reach up to pat you and just do a simple. I'll do a second level cure wounds.
Thank you.
So that'll get you 16 health.
Oh, beautiful.
And sorry, you can go.
So the thing that we need is up on one of these like platforms.
Spires,
right?
yeah.
spires.
I'm gonna.
So I have
climb up.
I have two ideas. I have a kite, which we could potentially use to knock thing down. The other less genius idea is that if there are like leaves and other branches, we could craft real wings for the axe wing. Axe beak to fly.
My dear friend, I do think we have a limited time before this man is going to die.
Then I would suggest the kite.
By the way, I rolled a 19. Do I catch a fish in the pond?
Yes, you catch a. You catch the
Awesome.
nastiest looking tilapia, type gray, this gross fish. But it is a fish, and it is got some meat on there. So
Next time we do a rest.
I'd like to try and fly my kite and knock this thing off the spire if I can.
okay,
Just try.
it's
Even
80,
if it's impossible, I'm
it's 80
gonna
feet
try
up
it.
there. So I guess how long
80 feet.
would you
How
imagine?
windy is it in this fucking place?
Yeah.
I don't.
We're indoors.
I did not write down how high the kite with the worm on it is. So that's up to you if it's tall enough or not. Can I be super bardy too and be like performing with the kite, like whipping
Sure.
it around?
So you
as if
can
it was-
whip this
okay.
kite around. I will let you make I suppose. I mean, what is an item? A dexterity check to swing it against against it. What's your dexterity modifier?
That makes more sense than my performance, which is unfortunate. My dexterity modifier is a +3.
Okay, because the DC for this is 22 for you to knock this.
Let's
to
do
swing
this.
it into this
Comes
Come
that
on.
nat 20 right here.
The DC is 22.
I like
Let's
these odds,
go.
baby. 10% chance.
That's a total of an 18.
No, unfortunately, you whip it.
Sad day.
You whip it and you brush.
Nay.
You brush the side of the nest that is
Alright.
on top of this spire,
Okay.
and you hear some flapping of some wings.
I'll just turn and go, it's impossible!
And as you look up at the nest from behind the spire, flaps up a giant bird about the size.
Oh,
giant bird.
dang it.
This bird crests the top, and at first you're not sure what it is. I don't know if it's a bird or not, because what you see is the head of like a deer skull with antlers resting on top of this bird. It flaps up and lands on the nest, looking around and sees you group of animals on the ground, and shrieks. And everybody roll initiative.
Thank goodness we did this before I tried to cast aid on everyone multiple times.
14.
15.
Okay. That was Dylan, 14.
Yeah, 14.
Okay.
17.
Well, we are rolling off then, Lizzie. Because I also got 17. So we just both roll initiative again, or do we roll a d20 again? I'm
Just roll a
gonna click
d20.
initiative.
Yeah.
I already
or
clicked
just
initiative.
you can
It's too late.
Initiative is fine.
I got a 17 again.
I got a 3. So, yeah, I think you're going.
Okay, so it's Toad before Lizzie.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And then, all right,
do I have
Toad,
a
you
plus
are up
6?
first.
Well,
As I was going to do before combat started, I am going to quickly just... Is anyone wearing a shirt that's near me?
I'm naked.
Good. No one has any pieces of cloth.
Clothing.
I know. I need a tiny strip of white cloth. I don't have
I'm
one.
a fish man.
All right, fine.
You could-
Instead, I'm going to scoop up a handful of water out of the dirty pond, and I'm gonna quickly whisper a little prayer to my god on it. Oh my gosh, I wrote down her name, Eldath. I'm gonna whisper a little prayer so that it is, of course, we all know now, holy water. And I'm gonna flick it at my friends, and I'm gonna cast bless on them all. Real quick
Okay.
before this starts. So now, you guys, whenever you go to make an attack, you can roll a d4 and add that number to the attack roll, or a saving throw as well for the next minute.
Cool.
And then other than that, I'm going to try to get out of the bird's line of sight by going behind one of these pillars, I guess.
Okay, so you are the pillar that you're by, because you are. If I had you right, were you right next to the 80-foot spire? Have you been?
I was
going to
try to climb the medium one. Was my plan to see what was up there. But
so yeah, you can duck behind the medium spire.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. After I bless everybody.
Okay. Good, and then Lizzie.
Thank you.
How does my axe beak react to this?
You're in control of this axe beak, so you're able to. You can use its movement speed like on your turn. Mounted combat. We can.
I don't know. I think I might just hop off this because I can't really two-hand cast spells and such.
Sure.
Yeah.
When you're mounted, you have two options. You can either control the mount or allow it to act independently. You can control a mount only if it's been trained to accept a rider. Well, you're controlling it. It's fine. Domesticated, blah, 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 blah. It moves as you direct it. It only has 3 action options, which is dash and disengage and dodge. So it can move. You can either control it to move like after your turn or not.
Okay. So how high up is this bird?
The Periton, or that's what it's called, is 80 feet up. Well, actually, and yeah, it's 80 feet up, looking like it's about to dive.
Okay. It's gonna try and dive at us. Not a fan of diving birds at me. So, Liz is gonna catch a scorching ray right up into the air. It's got 120 feet range.
Cool.
She creates 3 rays of fire and throws them directly at the what'd you call it?
Periton, I think.
Periton. Okay. Let's see what that does. What did that do? It's a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Or plus. Okay, well, don't need that plus 4.
Fine, you can't even have it then.
Yeah,
I take it back.
Great.
If you don't appreciate me.
So it takes 6. Oh shoot! There's 3 rays of fire. So the first is I forgot there's 3 range attacks. So 1 to 15, and we have a higher than that, 12. So I'm gonna do a D4 on this last one.
Was that? Sorry, did you?
It does 3.
I'm getting
3.
3 separate attacks. So I hit the first, I hit the second, and I'm adding a D4. So I had 12 plus a 4 to a 16. So I get 3 hits.
Yeah.
So that was 6 damage. So 6 times. Do I roll those separately or just do the 1 damage roll and multiply it?
I think you would do. They're different attacks, so each one would probably be its own damage.
6. Okay, so we got a 6. And we have a 7. 13. So 18 damage, so it ends up being the same anyway.
So what were the 2 attacks?
18.
So 6, and then what was it? It was
6, 5, and 7.
5 and
5 and 7.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Fire damage. Big scorching ray.
Nice, and it gets it gets hit pretty hard by the fire actually, and so not like more than what you expect from fire. You just hit it 3 times with a scorching ray, so it's good. It's its turn, and so what it does is it jumps off and it dives straight down 80 feet directly towards Glubble, this fish-looking creature in front of it.
Ah, crud muffins.
And it is flying straight down and flies 60 feet, and that's its turn because that's its fly speed.
You'd think you could fly down faster than your fly speed.
Yeah, you'd think, right? Like, I don't know.
There's additional acceleration.
What about the gravity
going on?
speed?
Yeah. But that's what it is. So, Kot, your turn.
So how far away is it?
I guess now it's 20 feet from the ground, and
and you're decently far away. You were fishing on the other side of the pond.
Okay.
33, about
so I'm
40,
not
45.
close to.
It's gonna take like 60. It's gonna take a dash to get into the area.
Okay, well, hang on a second. I have feline agility, which allows me to double my speed until the end of turn. So if I use that, can I run over to Glubble and throw him further away from the bird?
You can. Yes, yeah, you can get to him, and then because that's not your action, it's just like your feline agility.
I guess.
Yeah, feline agility.
Is there that filthy pool of water?
And
He can run around it and still get there.
Well, I mean, I'd love
Oh.
to be thrown into a filthy pool of water.
Yeah.
okay.
So
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'll do.
Okay.
So I'll use feline agility, and then I will throw Glubble because I just want to throw people, and I can't throw.
I think we do a strength, just like a strength check for that to make sure you can do it. He's
That's
willing.
small.
I'm not sure how to throw.
Yeah. I'm a
How do
sweet
I
little
do
fish
a
man.
strength check, by the way?
Just click on the box with your strength.
the box?
Yeah, the strength box.
Oh my gosh, you kidding me? 11.
Yeah, I think with the
Yeah.
11, you would be able to, like, he would be willing enough to, you're gonna be able to. You're
Toss a
500.
tiny fish.
You're a 6 foot whatever, 500-pound Tabaxi.
6'6", 500 pounds. Yeah,
Yes,
throw him into
nice.
the lake.
You're
Now
just
I am in the
Garfield.
line of attack.
You are Garfield.
Yeah.
Exactly. Lazan.
Keep the Lazan away from it.
So I now I'm in the line of attack, but Gubble is safe.
Nice.
Level.
Love it.
All right. I splash into the filthy water.
And it's your turn.
I am living my best life. I say it.
Refreshing.
And it is Global's turn.
Oh my gosh. I still have my kite going, right? Because I tried to smack it. Or smack the
I think that
thing
your
earlier.
kite, you just got thrown. So I think that you've let go of your kite.
I've let go. Oh crap. Okay.
He takes off with the kite from the force of the throw. He's in the air.
I fly away. I fly with the kite.
Paraglide it now.
Man, there's really not much. Let's see if I can do. I'm trying to think if there's anything I can really use on this guy. I was planning on jumping into the murky pool, so I didn't expect this. Creature, its target can hear you, though it need not understand you. All right, we're gonna go with the classic vicious mockery, unleashing a string of insults at this bird. And it says it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on its next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. So wisdom saving throw DC would be, let's see, that's 8 plus.
It's your same thing before, right? So
13.
Yeah.
It rolls a 9.
Sick. All right, so I will just be shouting at this bird, so like, "You're a featherless turkey. I'd eat you for dinner if I wasn't stuck in this puddle." And then we'll go for the psychic damage, I guess. D4. A whopping 2.
2 points of damage.
Wondrous.
Very nice.
Behold, my might and despair.
There's no need for
Nice.
such harsh name calling. It's simply doing what it was trained to do.
And it does have. Oh, it's. Alright, wait. 1 second. Double check. Because it does have the disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
So. Yada yada yada. It has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
So as you said, sorry, disadvantage on attacks.
On its
Yes,
next attack
on
roll.
its next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. After you,
Then I just
you
swim
viciously mock
down.
it.
I swim down away as far as I can
Okay.
possibly go.
It's only like a 7-foot pond.
All
So
right,
like
I will swim to the bottom, and
So
I
it's you swim to the
Continue.
bottom. Toad, from your right, you hear some more flapping, and you look to your right, and there is a giant eagle right next to you that is kind of clambering the sides of the spire, the medium spire. Looks at you and flies at you, and with its beak, hit AC to hit is 11.
Does not hit. I'm
Does not hit. And
dipping and dodging, baby.
it misses with
See
its
the
beak,
eagle
and
who's in the
with its
tavern right
talons is a nat 1, and clamps and misses as well.
Good.
Gets tangled in my kite.
Toad, you're up.
All right, Toad is up. Am I within 30 feet of Cot?
Yeah, you're 20 feet away.
All right, perfect. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Cot before I do anything, at least. So now, until this spell ends, any creature who targets Cot with a harmful attack must first make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack. Let's see. Okay, so that's cast, and now there's a bird that's how close to me that is trying to attack me now?
Right to your right. It's directly on top of you.
Mm-hmm. I see. My good birdie, please don't attack anymore. That's a good boy. There's no need for this.
I'm gonna. I can't do anything to this flying creature. I'm just trying to keep Cot
Animal
alive.
handling that bitch.
Animal handling this bird.
It's like on the ground
do
next to
it.
you now,
Yeah.
so it's like, yeah.
I'm gonna. This is such a bad idea. I'm gonna try to climb up the tower to get away from
You
it.
said it's on the ground.
Yeah,
so
it's on the
you could-
ground right now. So
So it's
that's
gonna
what
have an opportunity attack
Yeah,
as you climb.
I'm willing to risk
So.
it.
Okay. So it swipes at you, or it's gonna try and nip at you with its beak.
And
as you-
I'm dashing up because Sanctuary is a bonus action, to be clear.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. That's a 14 to hit with its bite.
It does not hit me, just barely.
Oh, wow. Nips.
Yeah.
It's frustrated as you
Yeah.
climb up, and you make it to the top of the 60-foot tower, don't you?
Tragically don't. I only have 25 feet of movement
Oh.
speed, so I make
So you
it
get
50 feet up.
Okay.
Yes.
Lizzie.
So this. Oh, we've got an eagle in the air and
Got Big Bird
You've got-
in the air swooping down toward Cot, and then the one on the ground that was next to me. I also will yell to make sure the others know there is another bird as I'm climbing.
the one on the ground is the new one, or the.
Ground is new.
Oh my.
Sorry,
okay.
Kyle's the DM. I can't.
No, you're fine. You're good. I just let you just explain it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess how close is the one flying now? It was.
To you, it's like 30 feet away because it's like 20 feet in the
Okay.
air and like 10 feet, so 30-ish feet.
Sure. Interesting. So I'm going to summon my wildfire spirit, which is my druid power. So essentially, I summon a fire spirit who I command, and it takes the form of a sort of flying little eel or flying snake with not much detail, but just sort of like a streak of fire. And it appears directly beside the diving bird because yes, I could cast it within 30 feet. So it appears beside it, and it must make a dex saving throw to DC 15.
Ooh, I rolled a 20.
Ooh, okay.
Classic.
All right. Well, that is its appearance, and it takes its turn after me, and it's going to. My little snake is going to try to shoot out a flame seed out of its abstract mouth towards it. Actually, well, yeah. Yep. One target I can see. It's a +7. That's a 21 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And we've got 6 fire damage.
Nice.
Yes.
Messing this bird up. It's gotten singed multiple times by you.
Fried
It is-
chicken
it's-
up in the air.
Yeah, so it's its turn. So it has disadvantage on. It's going to attack Cat because that's where it's going for, but it has
Okay, well, first
disadvantage on it, and also the
I'm
sanctuary. What does that do?
It has to make a wisdom saving throw. On failed save, creature must choose a new target or lose the attack.
It's a 15
And
on the wisdom save.
Did it already attack once? Because I
then
have
it made it.
disadvantage for my thing.
This is its first one. This is why it has disadvantage, he was saying. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what was it rolled
beat
the
it.
wisdom.
It beat it. My DC's 14. So
Okay, so it can attack, but it has disadvantage on this.
Yes.
Can't be much worse. Okay, 7 to hit, cat, and I don't think that's gonna hit.
My armor's 14. Yeah.
Yeah, so it misses. It swoops in and misses, and it flies. It keeps flying and kind of goes straight up, and it's too quick. It's too quick to provoke any opportunity attacks, and so it kind of swoops up, and moves. It was 20 feet, so it's gonna move about 20 feet up in the air.
Gosh dang it.
And like kind of flap away, and it is kind of over the pond, kind of directly over where Glubble is. So 25 feet above Glubble, because Glubble's 5 feet in the bottom of the pond. Lizzie, from your left, you hear some pitter pattering on the floor, and you look and you see 2 pairs of birds. These are much nastier looking, smaller birds. They're cockatrices, what they are, and they come up and kind of stampede close up to you. And the first one does a 12 to hit,
No.
and the second one does a 18 to hit,
Yes, that'll hit.
and it does 5 points of damage. It nips you for 5 points of damage. So now there are 2 of these cockatrices that have entered the battle a little bit late because they were afraid from something from a very terrifying croak earlier. But they have arrived. And Kot, it is your turn. That Periton is 20 feet above you. Essentially.
How high can I jump?
You definitely can't jump 20 feet in the air.
Well, my glaive has a range of 10 feet. Can I jump 10 feet to make it?
No. You can't.
Can you
do
jump
have
literally
really
can't
can't
jump
do
6
anything.
What about the
feet?
ones that just appeared on the ground that are attacking in other areas?
I thought they were far away.
Nope, you are only 5, 10, 15 feet away from those 2. So
Oh, then yeah, I want to glaive those.
cool.
Give them the glaive.
Give them the glaive.
You have like a glaive?
It's
It's the
23 to hit.
Yep, that hits hits it.
I'm just whipping the knight
And we
around.
got 14 damage.
Okay.
Well, all right.
All right, you cleave it, and I mean, you hit it for 14 damage, and it you hit it pretty square. Got a big old gash in it from its glaive.
Which one did I hit? The left one or the right?
The left one.
Okay.
No, the right one.
Okay. And
The middle one.
Blubble, it's your turn. Unless you got anything else for your turn. Kot. I think Kot's. You got anything else?
I'm not raging, so I don't think I have any other.
Nah.
Well, wait. Bonus actions, frenzy attack. It says while in a frenzy.
You gotta be
What is that?
raging to frenzy, I believe.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I only ever rage if a friend is in danger or has been hurt.
All right.
That's my.
Blubble.
How
Lizzie's not a
close are
friend.
these thingies to me?
Did
So
Lizzie
if
get
you
hit?
came out of the water, the Periton is
damn
like
it.
20 feet above you. And then the others are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm just gonna like peek my little head, like my little wall-eyed eyes out of the water, and then I can do nothing apart from because I have no material components. I would just viciously mock this
Good.
bird creature that is the nearest to me. That's all I can do.
What components are you looking for? Like, is it
I would need sea glass to do what I want to do.
sea glass? Oh,
What the hell is
okay.
sea glass?
Yeah,
As long as
sea
it,
glass, like
Yeah.
what you find on the beach. you know.
Oh, there happens to be a piece of glass, obviously, in this old rusty pond.
As long as you don't
I
have
would
anything
think.
with like a high gold, then let's say you did have a small pouch of some of your typical spell components on you as well.
Okay.
So we'll
Well-
let you have some of those spell components. So if you have
All right,
something
if
else
I-
you'd rather do.
If I got that, then I would do the Dreamer's Nightmare again. So, is it nighttime yet? That's a great.
It's not nighttime. No.
Damn it. Okay. Not even noon. Okay. Well, in that case, it needs to do Wisdom saving throw, which would be DC 13.
And it rolls a 19. Thanks. My wisdom saving throws are always so good.
I poke my eyeballs out, I cast a little spell, and then I like submerge my eyeballs right back under the murky water. I was never here.
Okay, great. And then yes, it is the eagle's turn. It looks up to Toad who crawled past it, and it flaps its wings and flies up, kind of just right next to Toad. Well, how far did you said you went 50 feet?
Yes, I'm 10 feet from the top of the tower.
So it is able to fly up to you and do another beak attack for 10 to hit. That misses, I believe. And it misses its beak and slices with its talons. 14 to hit.
Nope again. Same as last time. Just
a dexterous little frog. It's getting very angry. It is. The eagle's
I
getting
wink
very
at it
angry.
and I lick my eyeball as I do it. You know, like that frog.
Good. It's your turn.
Good. Well,
Yes,
I'm going
that's
to
excellent.
climb the rest of the way up this tower, first of all.
Okay.
All right. So that's 10 feet of my movement speed right there. Do I see anything while I, like, up here? Do I have a better look at that bagpipe, or is it obscure?
You have a better look. You just see that it's. You just have a better look at the bagpipe with the nest. Nothing that's unexpected to be
Are
up
there
there.
any eggs in the nest?
You don't see any eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they're on your platform. Similar, like there's like bird refuse all over the top of this thing, and some feathers. It's kind of gross up there.
Very gross, I would say.
Heck.
Okay, how many are both of the birds that are flying within 60 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me try and do some. He's 20 feet up. Yeah. So.
Okay.
they
I'm
are.
going to let's see. Ooh, are they within 30 feet of each other? I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just cast it. He never would have. No, he never would have looked at it.
He's 20 feet up. He's 50 feet up. 5, 10.
That sounds like 30 feet to me.
30. They're not.
Sounds perfect.
They're not 30 feet together. 10, 15,
Why
20,
you gotta ruin
20,
it like that?
30, because there's 20, they're like 30, they're like 35 to 40. They're just out.
Come on, 35. Come on. I stretch my arms out really far. I'm really close to both of them.
If you go down,
jump.
if you
Just
go,
jump.
well,
Jump.
they're
They need to
35
be
from each
within
other.
30 feet of each other, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Don't you have the big
I can jump, but
You
I
just
was
do big jump.
Yes, but I was gonna command them both to land so you guys could attack them easier, but I can't.
But can't you just jump?
Yeah,
cast
but
a
they need to
spell?
be within 30 feet of each other when I target two creatures with it. That's the problem.
Jump and knock one into the
Yeah,
other
there
one.
we go. I lure the one 5 feet closer to me with some bugs.
What's your animal handling again?
There's a perfectly good kite
all right.
going
Well,
off
the one
somewhere.
that is attacking me, then I'm going to cast command at it.
Okay.
And tell it to land.
Okay. Is that a
So-
wisdom?
Yes, it is a wisdom saving throw.
10.
It does not succeed in its wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So it.
Now must
Immediately-
land.
All right, Lizzie,
yeah.
you're up unless you have anything
I
else.
do
you
want
want
to. I'm going to use the rest of my movement speed to jump over toward the other
Spire.
spire.
Great.
Yeah.
So you jump and land like a frog on the side of the other spire. You're about. We'll say you're just 20 feet from the top. So
All right, perfect.
60 to 60. That's fine.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good. to me.
Okay. Could you give me a bit of a
Lizzie, so
rundown?
you have two of these cockatrice birds at your left nipping at you, and
Okay.
then that's probably the thing that's right next to you that would take your
Is there
attention.
anyone Is there anyone else next to me?
Cot is right next to you, with one of the cockatrices, and then behind you, if you're facing them, then behind you, 20 feet in the air, is the Periton.
Okay. Is there any way I could move like 5 feet so I'm not beside Cat, but still beside the cockatrices?
You can move you can move 5 feet and still be in their attack, so you won't provoke any opportunity attacks. And now
I want to be with. Yeah, I want to be within 5 feet
away
of
from
them.
him. You'll be 10
perfect.
feet away from him. If you move further, you'd have to do it'd be opportunity.
5's good. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast a thunderclap, which basically it's a 5 feet range, so I'll attack all creatures within 5 feet. Hear this thunderous boom. I must make a con 15 saving throw.
Con 15.
Yep.
First one does a 5. Second one does a 3.
Okay.
Great. So they take 5. They take 5 thunder damage.
Okay.
And then I command my spirit to fly over to the cockatrices behind them and do its teleport, which essentially is similar to when it appeared.
Ooh.
It basically teleports. It flies up to them and then teleports away, and they must make. Where is too many actions? A dex saving throw, 15.
First one does a nat 1.
Beautiful.
Second does a 19.
Okay, so the one that takes 5 fire damage. The one that missed. Yep.
It's looking real rough. Just got thunderclap. Boom! It erupts. And do you clap your hands when you do it? Is that what happens with thunderclap, or do you like?
I think she snaps her claws.
Cool. Snaps her claws and clap.
And the big
thunderous roar.
Yes.
They both get hit by that, and then your snake. Do you have a name for this wildfire spirit snake?
No.
Okay, snake comes and burns it, and this first one is looking real rough. Cot, it's your turn. You have this really weak-looking one right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm glaving it. Glaving it all day. That's 25 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
It's gonna hit.
That's not a nat.
What in
And
the
a
Sam Heckery
7
Dickory doc?
damage.
7 damage. How do you defeat this cockatrice?
Well, I don't know, man. I just hit it with my glaive, and I hit it so hard it explodes.
Okay, good.
That's reasonable.
In a
Yeah.
puff of feathers, it goes
Puff
down.
of feathers.
I like to picture its feet are still there, but the body exploded
Yeah,
when you
like
hit
one
it.
of those.
The top is just
like in
gone.
an old-timey cartoon
Exactly.
when someone eats a
Yes.
bomb.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like that.
The legs are still standing up straight. Yeah.
And then they
That's
just like
excellent.
eventually just like plop over.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Oh, okay. I figured
Anything
it out.
else with
Okay.
your turn? Oh, you figured out a name? What's the name of your spirit?
Well, if I'm Lizzie McFire, then obviously it's Gordo. So
There you go.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And then that's my turn.
Okay, we went a little bit out of initiative order because of my fault. So we're back to the Periton. Looks at it's kind of looking around. It really doesn't feel like it's wanting to dive down into the water to blubble, and so it does shift its attack to Cots, the Tabaxi, and it flies, and it is 30 feet away, so it dives.
Do I still have Sanctuary on me, or is that just a one-time?
no, it's still on you.
Cool.
Oh, so it attacks. So it tries to attack Cot.
Got to make that save and
Throw,
throw,
make
baby.
the saving throw, which is a Wisdom saving throw of 7, which did not.
It did not make it,
Does
so
not
it
make
has to choose a new target or lose the attack.
Okay, so it chooses Lizzie, and
Sorry,
dives
Lizzie.
at Lizzie, and that is that's a 24 to hit.
surprisingly, you hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does a with its horns. So it has this big antlers. Just gores you with its horn for 5 points of damage plus, because it was diving 7. So it's 12 points of damage with its antlers, and then
Just like piercing damage.
yeah, piercing damage, and then whips at you with its talon for 8 to hit. That misses.
No.
And misses with its talon. So 12 points of piercing damage.
Ouch. Okay.
And it has moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it swoops up again and flies up 20 feet in the air.
What a little
So it's 20 feet above you.
So the swoops don't provoke, it's just part of the movement.
Yeah, it's part of its abilities. Flyby. It doesn't produce
Flyby.
it.
Fly by shit.
Okay. And then we have the other cockatrice nips at you, Lizzie, for 16
what
to
have I
hit
done to hit? No, that does not hit.
and misses. And next we've got Blubble.
Glubble. Okay.
Giving him like 8 different names throughout this
His name is Glubble.
session.
Glubble? Sorry. I said
Blurble?
Glubble.
Glubble.
Glubble. It's pronounced differently above and below water, so yeah.
Gotcha.
What about when you're partially in water and you're drowning?
Then it sounds just like a gasping scream.
Okay.
He's gonna do the same thing. So DC, if there's somebody within 60 feet, DC 13 Wisdom. We're gonna burn this last nightmare.
Sorry. DC Wisdom? Or you said Wisdom
Yep.
save throw? Oh, that's
Yes,
for
sir.
the Paraton. That's a 10.
All right,
All right.
failure. So that would mean he is paralyzed.
So we have to fall 20 feet, right?
That's right, baby.
On.
Time to drop.
Good.
Drop out the
So
sky.
it takes what, 2d6 or something?
So paralyzed with fear for essentially concentration up to 1 minute. At the end of each turns, it can try a new saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's paralyzed. So it's going to fall on this turn. Yeah, it
Yeah.
should fall on this turn. So it's going to take 2d6, right? Because it's falling 20
If
feet.
it's 20 feet up.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, it falls 20 feet. I do need Lizzie to make a dexterity check to get out of the way.
And you've got that D4 you can roll on saving throws.
Is it a
as
saving
well.
throw?
It
or
works on
a
saving throws and attacks. The one that I cast on all
Dexterity.
of you.
Okay.
The bless that I cast, I think. It would be a saving throw, right? To dodge this thing landing on you?
Yeah, saving throw,
One
dex
with this.
saving throw.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna need that.
Oh, yeah, you are. Oh, no.
So I got a 10.
A 10 was the DC I was thinking,
Yeah,
so
okay.
10 is you are able to dodge out of it.
Jeez.
Thankfully. This
Thank
Periton
you.
is
Bless it.
paralyzed. It falls and it lands on its neck, and you hear like a and it kind of like stands up, but it is like you thought it was dead, right? And this pile of bird, and it stands up. And that is that the end of your turn?
So Global's seeing this thing. Does it look like it's like about ready to go down?
The
Ish.
Periton, yeah, it
All
like
right.
you're like, how did it even stand up after that fall, landing on its
Okay.
neck?
So Glubble would like get up out of the water with his little ocarina and be like, "And that's a fish out of water, boys," and just like waddle over towards it, like with his little ocarina ready to go.
Okay.
Forgetting that there's another giant bird I just told to land.
Yeah, like like absolutely ignoring it. He's just like living in his little bard moment here, like the hero of his own story.
Okay. Do you do anything else on your turn? You just waddle up next to it?
No, that's it. He's just waddling up to it.
Okay, great. The giant eagle suddenly feels like it needs to land, and so it flaps on down and just lands on the ground. And so once it does its like command, then it can do other things, right? I think like
I think that's up to your discretion as the DM, how you want to interpret what land means. It specifically says the DM determines how the target behaves. So.
Nice. Okay. Well, it lands and then
starts eating this little
kind of
fish.
immediately kind of like thinks it's somewhat weird. So it does move like 10 feet into all of the other people's directions, just like walking just for a second. And that's its turn. Back up to Toad.
All right. Well, I'm going to climb the rest of the way up the tower. I'm 20 feet from the top, right?
Yep.
Okay, so climb up there and assess my surroundings and this bagpipe.
Good.
I
You
guess.
get up there and you see this fancy looking bagpipe. It's like it's multiple colors, like lots of different colors stitched together. Very fancy. It's got this like cleanliness look to it you don't expect from being it like, you know.
Considering all the bird shit that's around it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no eggs. There's nothing else up on top, but you do have the bagpipes now.
Can I guess, make an Arcana check to see if it seems magical to me? I suppose, or a 9.
A 9. With that, you can tell that this is like a magic, somewhat magic.
Can I try to blow into it?
Do you have any proficiency with instruments or woodwinds?
I mean, as a frog, I clearly am familiar with air sacs, but other than that, no.
You look at it, you like could see like you think about your own mechanism, and
behold my air sac.
You can blow into it, and it makes a little bit of a toot noise, but that's it. I'm not gonna have you do any spell checks for this or any checks, but you do. You do it makes a noise, and that's it.
Well, that's about all I can do on this turn, I think. I'll just let him know.
I've got the bagpipe. It's a beautiful dulcet tone.
How are the air sacs?
They remind me of being home in the Grung villages, hearing the screams from the slave pit.
Wait, does that bagpipe have teeth too?
All the cotton-eyed toads playing.
Yes. Lizzie, you're up. You have the Periton that looks awful right next to you, on the ground, and you have the other cockatrice, which is still healthy looking.
They're still both beside me.
Yeah. The Periton, is like right next
He's
to you.
further. Oh, Periton is next to me. Okay.
They're both next to you, really. So.
Okay. I'm gonna cast a Thunder Wave on them. It's a 15-foot cube originating from me. They must make a Con 15 saving throw, both of them.
Okay. And the Periton rolls a 3 on his con save.
All right.
And the cockatrice rolls a 12.
All right, so they both get hit. So,
Does that
snaps
affect
are.
cot or?
I can. It's a cube from me, but I can sort of like.
He can aim it.
I see.
Yeah.
She can aim it, so she can aim it like at the
So that's 8 thunder damage against both of them.
Good.
They both failed, so they get pushed 10 feet away from me, both of them. So
Okay.
it's a big boom, and they get pushed away from me.
How do you destroy this Periton? How does this thunder wave destroy this Periton?
Well, it's a big thunderous like boom, and so I sort of imagine it sort of almost like shredding itself from the sound, just like falling apart into shreds.
I like this image of.
Can you also, like an old-timey cartoon, like when the thunder hits it, you like see its skeleton for a couple frames?
So the muscle and the feathers, they go first, and the skeleton stays, and then it collapses.
That's good.
Yeah.
Here I was hoping it was gonna just be the feathers, and we'd have like a giant cooked turkey left on the ground from the fire damage.
It's got somehow it's already basted and got the little paper crowns on the legs.
And then the scent of the turkey reaches you, Toad. You start floating over to
I
it.
float down to the ground gently with the sense of the turkey.
Okay, and the second cockatrice or the cockatrice that got hit by it is pushed 10 feet away and just kind of gets
Yes.
blasted away.
All right, and then on my bonus, my Gordo takes a Gordo. He tosses a little flame seed at the cockatrice for a 17 to hit,
Yes, that hits.
and he'll take 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage.
Nice.
Looking pretty rough. Cot, you're up. Or, no, the cockatrice is up. And it runs back at you after getting pushed away and bites you. It's a 21 to hit for
Yeah, Sanctuary.
3.
Who? I think it's attacking.
Oh, sorry.
Lizzie, not
It's
you.
attacking Lizzie. 3 points of damage to you, Lizzie. The bite.
Okay, ouch.
And Cot, it's your turn.
Okay, we just have this healthy cockatrice and then the eagle left, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're glaving the cockatrice. It's worked so far. Let's see if it continues. 25 to hit.
Sure does.
Ba-ba-boom.
14 damage.
How do you do it? How do you kill it?
All right. So I'm gonna glaive it, and it gets stuck on the glaive, and then I lift it up, and it like turns into like a little like shish kebab. So like. Who's next to me? Lizzie. Lizzie sees it as like, you know, there's like some various meats and fruits, and then like
Turns into shish kebab.
exactly. Like, we've been out all day.
Yeah.
You're very hungry, so it looks like
yeah.
a shish kebab to you. But then like as I like glaive away, it like flies off into the distance.
I was like, oh, wait a second, I was just about to roast it. Oh.
As you come over to take a bite, unfortunately.
Good. Glubble.
Let's see. So everyone's kind of getting wrecked around there. Are my companions looking?
All the birds are now dead by your
all
companions, and
gone.
you're standing right next to them, basically, because you walled over through Rock Arena. Toad is
Next
still
to
at
the
the
dead
top,
bird.
at the top of the tower, and the giant eagle is like 30 feet away.
Okay, and the giant
20
eagle is
feet away. So
Okay. I'm probably just going to try and assess which of my friends looks the most injured, and then cast Healing Word on them.
That is definitely Lizzie, because that's Lizzie's the only one who's taking damage, I think.
Me.
That would be me. So I'll just cast that at first level. So 1d4 plus my spellcasting ability, which is a +2. So, assuming we're within 60 feet of each other, that is. Okay. Whopping 3. Wow. Look at that.
Delicious.
Yeah.
That puts me over
So-
half, so.
And the eagle, are we looking like we're gonna be friendly, or is he coming to murder me?
He definitely ain't. friendly.
he turned towards you guys with a look, and he started walking towards you with angry look.
Okay, he doesn't look friendly. All right.
Does not.
I will probably go ahead and let's see. That's my action. I'm just gonna swim into the little murk somewhere where I'm kind of out of the way. Maybe I can take like the hide action later on. That's where I'm gonna end it. So try and heal someone, and then I'm gonna swim away from that thing. I'm not messing
Okay.
with it.
Gotcha. And the giant eagle is up, and it takes off into the air, flap, 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 and flies next to Cot, and hits it with. Tries to bite you for 10 to hit.
Gotta make
Sanctuary.
that wisdom saving throw first.
Oh my gosh! Every time.
Sorry about it.
13
really just-
wisdom saving throw.
Does have to fail. It's really just hurting Lizzie at this point to do
Yeah.
have done
Yeah, I
this.
know, yeah.
I just-
Yeah.
I've turned Lizzie
glad I
into
made
the
it.
tank on accident.
So it fails. So now it goes to Lizzie. Yeah. So
Luckily,
as
I'm a
it's flying
tanky
over it,
druid.
it doesn't want to hit Cot and goes to Lizzie. And Lizzie, that is a nat 20.
Jesus.
I don't know.
And
I don't know.
So,
But what's the number, though?
25.
Okay, fine.
And that's going to be
Now we know it's strength modifier.
7 points of damage for the beak attack that it did. And then it swipes at you with the talon and hits a nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
And
Roll worse, please.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
I'm supposed to be...
8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that's going to be more.
Yeah,
'cause I
great.
just saw the damage modifier is different. So it's 8 plus 4. So 12 points of slashing damage.
I'm hurting real bad.
And Toad, you're up.
Great. I can do so much right now. 80 feet in the air from everybody.
Thank you, non-violent paladin.
Yeah. I
Throw the shield at it.
I guess my best bet is to start climbing down as fast as I can, right? How deep is the water? Is it underneath the base of this tower?
I don't know if you would know but it is.
You said
it is
7
5
feet
but I don't know
earlier.
yeah, but I don't know if he knows. I don't think Toad knows.
Oh.
Can I go dash down 50 feet of this tower and then let go and fall into the water and just risk the extra
It's
damage?
too far from it's too far from the water.
okay.
So it's like you'd have to leap into the
Can I leap off of the... Can I
Wait,
go down a
you just asked
little
the
bit
frog,
of distance and
tell
then
the
leap
frog he has
back
to leap?
off of the tower toward it, I guess.
That sounds like challenge accepted moment.
So like you
So let's say if I could theoretically
Leap
move...
frog.
How far away did you say it was from the...
it's like 10 feet. The water's
Okay,
like
so-
10 feet away.
So could I go down like 70 feet and then jump 10 feet, push myself off the wall, like jumping 10 feet backwards off of the spire?
Sure.
Or
Yeah,
go down
that's-
40 feet and then do that.
40 feet
Yeah.
and then
So
do
then
that,
I'm
yeah.
only
Do you still
falling.
take damage from
You
jumping
you
into water?
tell me, buddy.
I'd say not. You're a frog.
Exactly.
You're fine.
You should make
So
me.
you're
Maybe you
frog.
make me do a check to determine. You're the.
Sure. Let's do a acrobatics.
Like
This is an
that. I like the
acrobatics
sound
move.
of that.
Acrobatics move. Let's say you have to hit a DC of in order to make it all the way to the water, you have to make a DC of 12 because it's a little bit. There's just combat
Here we
going
go,
on,
baby.
so you can make a jump, but
Don't you love when you get a 2 on your roll and you get an 8 on your score?
Ooh.
Should have saved that bardic
An 8.
inspiration, apparently. So
you fall what?
40 feet?
40
Yeah,
feet.
I
So
climbed
yeah,
down 40
46 of damage. I'll roll it for you there.
That's how far I fell.
Yeah.
But he's a frog, though.
Oh, I know. I was hoping it would be like a check, like how gracefully I land to determine
13?
if I take damage or not. 13, I can live with that.
13 points of
I
damage.
can live with that.
Bludgeoning.
Literally, I can live with it.
And so you are on the ground now.
Good. I
From
made
the
it to
water.
the ground.
Literally on the ground.
Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm not croaking today.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
That's
Lizzie,
funny.
you're up.
Okay, so I just have an eagle.
Yeah.
Just the
Just
eagle.
an eagle.
Yep.
You can kill an eagle.
I could kill an eagle. Okay, so is beside it? Oh yeah. Did it swoop and try and attack me, or is it just beside me?
It's on the ground now, right next to you.
Okay.
I made it land.
Right. I'm gonna give it the spicy hands. And
The spicy hands.
the hands. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, technically a little burning hands, but I think the spicy is a little nicer. Liz is gonna take her claws, and flames appear on them, and she casts her claws right onto the feathers of this disgusting eagle. It must make a dex saving throw.
And that is a 9 or no 12.
Great. It's a 15, so it's going to take beautiful 13 damage.
I like the
13
spicy
damage.
Fire damage.
The spicy hands really
Great.
flame this thing. It's a big eagle, but half its body is really on fire at this point. So
Yes.
it's-
Then my spirit is going to come fly beside the both of us and teleport me out of there.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I'm going to teleport 15 away, but it also needs to make another dex saving throw as we disappear in a puff of flame. It needs to make a dex saving throw to
18.
Yes, it hit. Yeah, so you're good. So we just teleport 15 feet away from it. So
Gotcha. Kot, is that the end of your turn?
yes.
Kot, you're up.
All right. Glaving. Can I glaive? Can I glaive
You
the
can
eagle?
glaive.
I glaive it
glaive.
again.
It's a 19 to hit.
Why are you the only one who can get it?
You get advantage on this because it's like you're basically flanking it because it's attacking.
Oh, yeah, so
Lizzie,
do another
and
one in
you're
case you get a
behind
nat
it. So
20.
in case you get a nat 20.
I did not. I got 11.
Gotcha. So yes, it hits.
Still hits. And that's 12 damage.
12 damage. It's looking really, really rough. It's looking really bad. It's burning on half the side, and you glaved it in the other side, and it squawks. Yep.
That's a very,
and,
very eagle sound.
Glubble, you're up.
All right, this is for all the fish sticks. So are there my allies between me and the big eagle?
Yeah. Well, no. The eagle is between you and the allies.
So no.
For the most
So-
part.
There are no
Toad's off
allies
to the right.
between you and it, is I think he said.
Yeah.
Okay, so like what I would like to do, because I can swim pretty far, and then I can't move super far. So I have a swim speed of 50 feet, I got a move speed of 25. So I'd like to move into a position where I'm still within 60 feet of the eagle, but then I would have as many allies between me and the eagle as possible.
So you can. I think the reasonable thing you could do is you could get either Lizzie or Toad in between you and the eagle.
Okay, I'll probably put Toad between me and the eagle, and the reason will become more clear as we go
Okay.
here. So what I would like to do, essentially I'm going to move, and then I'm going to cast Siren Song, which if it succeeds will compel the eagle to move towards me by the fastest means possible, and it won't avoid opportunity attacks. So the more allies between me and Mr. Eagle, the better.
Gotcha.
Kind of a deal.
Oh, cool.
And
Nice.
it lasts for a minute, so if I continue moving,
then
he'll
it continues following.
Yes, exactly. So
That's
I'm
cool.
gonna move, and then I'm gonna cast this and hope that it works. And if it doesn't, I
Okay.
burnt my third level spell. So so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And every time he takes damage, he can make a new saving throw. So it is a Wisdom saving throw, same thing as before, DC 13.
And it rolls a 14.
Ah, balls.
That's-
Okay, well, never mind. All right, I move. I play my little ocarina, and I try and draw him to me, and he is not seduced, apparently.
That's so sad. It is still facing Lizzie and bites for a 9 to hit.
Oh, I guess I have 2 slots of that. All right, I can do it one more time.
If we
That's
have
what,
to.
does
guess what I'm
and,
doing next turn.
And swipes with its talon for a 13 to hit at Lizzie
Nope.
and misses both.
Wait.
Toad.
Toad. Beautiful song, my friend, but not very helpful right now.
Try with this, and I just throw the bagpipe at him as I make my way toward the. How close am I to it?
Okay, great. You are you're like 10 feet away from it.
All right. Well, I'm going to apologize to it, but
I see no other choice, my friend, but to end your life.
So I'm going to attack it. We're gonna finally attack. But real quick, before I do attack it, I'm going to hawk a loogie on my rapier before I do it, so that it is imbued with my poison when I go to attack it.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I'm going. All right, this is to hit. Please be good, motherfucker. An 8 to hit.
An 8 does not hit. Seagull.
Well,
it's wait. You do have advantage.
Oh,
because you're flanking.
yes,
It
advantage.
is still engaged with Lizzie.
Baby. Come on. Give me better. Okay, does a 22 hit?
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
that's much better. So that's going to be 8 damage initially, but because of the poison now, when I apply it to a weapon, it has to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw or take an additional 2d4 of poison damage.
Okay. It does do a 16
Well,
Constitution.
then it takes 8 damage from me stabbing it with my rapier.
How do you do it? How do you end the final bird
With
of
tears
this?
in my eyes, I do it as I'm stabbing at it. And I just aim straight for the heart to put it out of its misery as fast as possible.
Sarah McLachlan's playing.
Yes. And I'm whispering to
Eagle.
It will be okay, my friend. Your time has come. All of our times must come eventually.
Will you remember?
I was gonna Optimus Prime there. That's pretty cool. So you stab it, it shrieks, and it dies, and all goes quiet.
Sorry, I'll wait until you're done describing.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It doesn't have teeth, so I need to break off part of its beak, is what I was gonna say.
Okay. So you break off a tip of its beak and put it into a.
I don't have anything.
pocket.
I put it in my mouth. We already discussed this. I don't have a way to put it.
You just have like one, it's like one giant tooth. in the
I'm just
front.
gonna go put it in my sack, in my throat area. So I'm like,
Throat
save
sack.
it for later. Yeah.
And so you do that, and you guys stand up and look around, and you hear some wings flap, but not anything large.
Mm-hmm.
But you look and to your left you see a short, tubby, fat eagle that kind of flaps in and lands on a branch, and kind of looks at you and kind of looks at the group, and then just.
I love that.
Oh man, you guys are funny. You guys are falling from the heights of the time. You guys can't climb worth shit.
My friend, could you perhaps fly us out of here? It's so fortuitous that you've arrived.
Fly out. You see the size of me? I can barely fly myself.
That is
I
unfortunate.
can't fly either.
Could you perhaps send word that we've been captured by some sort of evil hunter?
Send word. Where do you want me to send word to? The other side of the island?
Are there people there who would help us?
Oh no, there ain't nobody on this island that can help. You got Claiborne. You want to ask him for help? He'll put an arrow through your eyes.
Who are you? Why are you here then?
How did you get here? Yeah.
Oh, me? Oh no, I've been here for a while. Yeah, I guess. I guess my name's Carl, so you can call me Carl. But you
Carl.
yeah, I thought it was pretty clever you guys putting big Tolka to sleep. That was pretty good too.
Global just.
Carl, do you live here?
Huh? Oh yeah, I live here. I live here somewhere. I'm not gonna tell you where, in case you tell Claiborne.
Do you know anything we could put this key in?
That key?
Yeah, this key.
I don't know. I ain't seen that key before.
Do you know of any ways off of the island?
Yeah, Claiborne's got a boat.
Okay. Well, do you know any ways into that boat?
That boat? No, you're gonna have to take the keys from Claiborne. That's gonna be pretty tough.
And where is he?
Claiborne? Oh, he sticks in his lodge usually, and then the whole thing with the goat. You know, the goat shrieks, and then he comes and he kills you.
Well, we took care of the goat. It will not be shrieking. We ensured its
I don't
safety.
think. That's nice. That's nice of you. He's not sure that's gonna stop him though. I mean, he's I I don't think he really waits for the goat shriek to come after you.
He assured us that the goat was what would trigger the hunt. So if there's no
sure,
goat,
but he's got more goats though.
that's dishonest.
Where does he keep? You said he put an arrow in you. Where does he keep his arrows?
His arrows? He's got
Yes.
he's got the thing on his back where he takes the arrows out. The quiver. He's got a quiver.
Does he sleep with it?
I didn't sleep. I don't know. I haven't seen his lodge. I haven't been in there before.
See the gears turning in Global's seedy little mind.
Do you know, my friend, we found this shield and this mysterious sack-like bag instrument. Do you know its purpose or its properties?
He looks at it, and he does a yes. He looks at it and he says, oh, "That's a bard. That's a bagpipes of the bard right there. That's a pretty good item. You guys got a bard with you?"
I am a bard. I have a great singing voice. Normally.
Can you blow on this bagpipes?
Yeah, I can blow the bagpipes.
Yeah, I mean it's got a couple
like-
spells you can use with it too. It's pretty great.
Just dunks his head like in the water bucket. Says, "Well, thank you. I would love to use those bagpipes really quick."
He really does have an excellent voice.
Yeah, and so I can tell you what those spells are because he would actually know with his roll that he did.
Thank God he had all this information. It seemed so extraneous at the time.
He really identified this pretty well. Yeah, you can cast a stone shape, wall of fire, and wind wall from it. It's pretty pretty good stuff.
I approach Carl and try to pet him.
But cat,
The hell? The hell is this? Yeah,
What the hell is this?
this is my friend Cat the Big. He is a
That's a
kind-hearted
15
barbarian.
to animal handling.
animal handling 15. He's still like backs off. Like he's like, what are you trying to do, man? I'm a dude. I'm a guy. What do you want?
I'd like to make
Persuasion
a persuasion roll on this bird.
Okay.
To pet him?
My friend, as you can see, we are clearly in distress. I call upon your good nature to join us in battle and aid us on our quest to retrieve my jar of teeth and escape this island.
The hell is jar of teeth? What is he talking about? He looks at Lizzie. He's like, what the hell? Jar of teeth?
Yeah, teeth. And she jangles her necklace of teeth and bones and is like, yeah, everyone's got teeth,
The
right?
hell is up with this
I open
group?
my
Holy-
mouth and point at my teeth in a demonstration.
Okay, go ahead and roll for persuasion. He's
Who? Who's rolling for persuasion?
yeah. So let's hold on. I need to do something real quick. So okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll for persuasion,
Then
Scott.
I
You're
got
gonna
an
roll for
18
that, right?
on my roll.
An 18.
Yeah.
He looks at you and he looks at the group and he says, "Look, I don't get involved. You know, I mean, yeah, you guys aren't." And he looks and he sees that you got the shield and you got the bagpipes. He's like, "Look, you guys are doing a little bit better than most at this point. At least you've stuck together. I think I don't think it's worth it. You know, I've been here, living here for many years, keeping my beak, you know, underground a little bit, keeping away from Claiborne. But I don't think it's worth it."
You could leave the island with us.
How long do you think you could possibly stay hidden from Claiborne if he is the fearsome hunter that you claim?
I don't know. It works so far. It's worked so far. I think he's fooled a little bit. He doesn't understand that I'm you know, a talking animal. You know, he thinks I'm just a fat eagle, I suppose. You've seen all the other animals on this island. He's not hunting them right now because he don't care about us. Well, about them.
Well,
See, I used to be. but things happen, I guess.
But a life in hiding on this nightmare island when instead you could end this horrible act and redeem yourself for the others that you have not helped in the past. Also, I believe my fish friend has something he would like to add.
Alternatively, what would happen if we told him about you? Just putting it out there.
No, whoa. Come on, you're not going to tell him about me. Look,
Of course we won't.
Glubble might be convinced not to tell anyone about you if you help us out.
are you intimidating him at this point? Or
I would say I'm trying to persuade him to help us out, but I guess it would be intimidating him by threatening to tell on him, essentially.
So give me a intimidation.
Can I help him in his intimidation?
17.
All right, well, he doesn't need
17.
I have a +8 to persuasion, but
I was gonna. Yeah.
The DC for this is unchanged versus persuasion versus intimidation at this point. And so he says, look, I don't think you're gonna live long enough to convince Claiborne that's about me. All right, so I ain't joining just yet. Okay, you guys figure some more things out. Maybe we can talk. But I don't think you understand Claiborne. He's nobody makes it out of here alive. And and you said living is at this point living's better than dying. Okay, I'm able to roam around this island pretty much unchecked. When he's around, I get some decent entertainment. I don't like to see people die, but I'd rather stay alive.
Fair enough. If you will not join us, if you're not convinced yet, perhaps if we can acquire the other items, we could persuade you of our valor in battle.
You might have a chance.
Do you know what the other items are?
Excellent question, Cut.
Well, the desert, I can't tell what's inside the Sphinx, but I don't, the forest, I'm not sure what's in the forest. I think, to stay away from some of the things in there.
What's in there?
What sort of things?
Scary stuff. Not really sure. I don't really get too close.
Scarier than us?
Bigger than you guys? Is that what you said?
Scarier than us?
Scarier. Oh yeah, scarier. Maybe not that
Okay.
big Tabaxi. That guy's pretty scary.
Lub would lean over to Lizzie and be like,
This skyfish is useless.
Clearly, yeah.
Skyfish. And so, so he says, "Look, I mean, I'll follow you around. I typically like to watch this part of the game that Claiborne likes to play. So, if you get, let's say, you get a few more things, we'll talk again. But, we'll see."
I assure you, we will convince you of our ferocious strength, and you will join us in stopping this loathsome hunter.
Okay. And with that final saying from Toad, the camera pans out and sees the group inside this decrepit aviary with lots of dead birds around, and zooms back out to the Talltale Tavern. And that
Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can we? There's something I really want to do.
Okay.
Can we
Go ahead.
short rest?
Yes, you can short
Real quick?
rest
Yeah, we
right
can.
now. if
All
you
right.
like.
On a short rest, I am a chef, so I'm going to use the gross tilapia.
That you
As
fished?
part of a short rest, you can cook special food for 7 creatures. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food and spends 1 or more hit dice to regain hit points regains an extra 1d8. I just want to make food for you guys. All right,
I
that's
also-
all I want. I want to attempt to give Glubble the special food. I will leave it up to you whether or not it is accepted.
So Glubble has taken no damage and will definitely not eat the special food. But he can also perform a song of rest, and it's any friendly creatures that can hear him who regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. Each of them regains an extra 1d6. So on top
But
of
then
1d8, 1
Sorry, real
quick. And our other thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
I also want to give a special food to Carl if he's still around, since he said he's following us.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right.
Okay,
He takes it.
just want him to have that. Maybe it'll help with persuasion
Well,
later.
thank you.
That's
And he,
nice.
he hops on over and starts nibbling on it. So
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
How kind.
love it. And so yeah, the camera pans out as you guys are sitting around. I assume like a campfire of sorts, taking a short. Do you have to have a fire? I guess I don't know. You're the chef. How did you prepare your tilapia?
Well, Lizzie can make fire.
A chef
right?
never reveals
Oh,
his
yeah,
secrets.
true.
Lizzie has a fire snake that she summoned.
But sure, let's say that
It's still
let's
around.
We'll say that I asked for
Yeah.
Lizzie's help with the fire.
Great. And cooks it up. You guys are sitting around snacking on your delicious chef food snack. Do you have
Except
like
for
a
Glubble.
I guess I imagine a hat on this big cat.
Yeah,
But,
I have.
big chef's
Again, I have a chef's hat. Where did I get it from? Where do I keep it? A chef never reveals
secrets.
his secrets.
You guys are snacking. Camera pans out on this crazy island, and that is where we will leave our story this evening, with you guys and your cockatrice mount nearby as well. Or not cockatrice,
that's
the axe
axe
beak.
beak.
The
The axe
axe
beak. Oh,
beak
yes.
mount is still nearby as well. And that is where we will leave the story until next time. And so thank you to all of our players this week: Will, Natalie, Dylan, and Scott. All of your guys' socials can be found in the description of this video and podcast. If you want to see the video of the episode, it'll be up on our YouTube. Follow us on all of our social media sites, which we will link to as well. But otherwise, we will see what the story has to hold in the future. And we will see you all next time at the Talltale Tavern.